Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. It's time. It's England versus Sweden and it is time. Can England book their place in a World Cup semi-final? I've not seen England do that in 28 years. They've only done it twice. The magnitude of this game, the magnitude of this game is absolutely huge for England. Can they do it? Are they going to do it? I've spent the last hour listening to Three Lions and World in Motion on loop, and they take me back to a time. They take me back to 1996. Three Lions on a shirt. They take me back to 1990. Love's Got the World in Motion. We're singing for England. Is England 2018 in a World Cup semi-final? I've not seen England do that as in 20 with real pride and a moment in our lives. 8 like years, it is. They've only done it twice. The magnitude of this game. The magnitude. Are we going to get the magnitude from this tournament? I hope that we are. I really hope that we are, and I hope that a new generation are going to get that. Obviously, we will have people who don't want England to win, and you're more than welcome. But obviously, we are also going to be very, very focused on England today because we are English, and that's the way it's going to be. But you know, football, everybody is welcome, and all opinions are welcome as long as it's non-abusive. That's fine. So the team news is in, which we'll have a look about in a moment. And in fact, I can get it up on the screen for you. We are using the SofaScore app today, actually, which is thanks for those for letting us do that. Let me just get it up on the screen for you because they're also rocking a new night mode as well, which is really good. So as you can see with the darkened background, it means that it's easier for everyone to see in the dark. So as you can see with the Sweden lineup there, they've got they'll play pretty much a 4-4-2. Berg up front is a bit of a handful, but they're going to be well organised. You'll recognise people like Seb Larsson and Victor Lindelof of Manchester United. Larsson, I think he's at Hull now. Forsberg, the player who's really gets them ticking. But as you can see with the England lineup there, Kane, Sterling does start. No place for Rashford. People were championing him a bit. Henderson holding the midfield, Ashley Young and Dele Alli both fit. There were concerns about them. Lingard, Trippier, Walker, Stones, Maguire, and obviously Jordan Pickford in goal. We'll be able to bring you some live stats for the game. 37 minutes till kick-off. And I just want to see if they've got team streaks without clean sheets. I think this game's going to be quite tight. I think it's going to be quite a tight game, and a lot of people will feel that. A lot of people are talking about penalties already, and I'm not so sure about that. But you can download the link in the video description, and yes, please do that. Link is in the video description for you. Get involved with SofaScore. That'll be great. Download it for free. Right, it's getting hot in here. Let's get the live comments open for you as well. Okay. Where are we? Droman Kessie is watching live from Italy, which is fantastic. England need a Fellaini, says Robert McCormack. I don't really want to talk about Fellaini. It's meant to be a nice day. And football's coming home, says Timo. Early. The beer I'm drinking today is Corona with a bit of lime in it. The fridge is full of them. So, yes, just looking forward to that. Sweden will park the bus, then extra time will be Russian roulette. I hope England go through, says Wirra 61. Scenes if it's not coming home, says Snowgum. I don't think people are quite grasping with this coming home thing that there is a massive element of tongue-in-cheek. You need to understand the English humour. Everyone's got different humours, haven't they? But this is totally tongue-in-cheek. I mean, obviously everyone is hoping it's going to happen, but I think there's a lot. I think people outside of England think that everyone thinks it's going to happen, and the vast majority of people I've spoken to are just enjoying the fact that for the third time ever, they could get to a World Cup semi-final, which would be amazing for England to do that. We maybe we should be a footballing superpower, but we're certainly not a football superpower. So yeah, there's a lot of tongue-in-cheek. I think. I mean, when I've been saying coming home, I'm not saying I don't really mean it. Is the game going to be streamed here? Says Ab YZ. No, that's not what we're doing here, mates. It's a watch-along. England are coming home, says Ayamun Cooney. Formula 1 qualifying, keep me up to date with that. Watching Black Panther on box office, says Anthony Muller. Sweden will be hard to beat, says Adun Twans. Aid Tunwasi. Okay, so look, a lot of people feel that this is going to go to penalties between Sweden and England. Sweden are going to be a decent team. I've got to be honest with you, since we beat Colombia, I've been very confident that England are going to beat Sweden. I've been telling everybody, don't worry about it. In fact, I've put quite a substantial bet on for England to beat Sweden in normal time. So even if it goes to extra time and England win, I'll lose money. So I've got a lot of confidence. I don't know why. I just feel that this is the game. I thought Colombia was going to be tough, and it was. I think the semi-final against Croatia, which I think will beat Russia, or even if Russia get through because they're the hosts, that's going to be tough. But I think Sweden-England will be a tough game, but I just think England are going to win it. I think 2-0 England. England will win this game against Sweden, and I think they'll do it in the 90. I really do. I think it's really important that it doesn't go to penalties as well, because they need to keep that momentum of you've won a penalty shootout, you've got rid of a lot of ghosts from the past. Don't then go and have another penalty shootout the game after and get knocked out, because it ruins what you've achieved. So I definitely think that England can win this game, and I think I'm going to go 2-0. But I'm not dismissing Sweden. I really like Sweden. This is just one day where I don't like them because they are the enemy, and I'm sure the Swedes will feel the same about England. That's what competitive sport's all about. I think Sweden will be tough and physical, but I don't think they'll be tough and physical in the way that Colombia were, almost bordering on cheating. So, I think if England turn up, they can do it. I mean, this World Cup, we haven't had a team yet that's really turned up and played consistently well. I mean, Belgium-Brazil was a great first half, but over the 90 minutes, the better footballing team was no doubt Brazil. But Belgium schooled them a bit with hitting them on the break and defended really well in the second half. France have been a bit of a stop-start team. So as it stands at the moment, we've got France and Belgium in a semi-final. We'll have another 2 today. And one of those 4 are going to win the World Cup. And none of those 4 have been anywhere near consistently good. I thought Croatia looked very good. Then they were poor in their last game against Denmark. So the World Cup's there to be won. And it could be won by a team that's not fashionable, that's not expected to win it. And that could be a Croatia, a Russia, an England or a Sweden. It's wide open. It's absolutely wide. It's wide open. I've never visited Sweden, Nicholas, but I intend to do it. There's lots of places I do want to go, and I'm hoping over the next sort of 12 to 18 months, and through the United Stand, we'll be able to do that. The bottle's making an appearance ahead of me here. I will drink you, my friend. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm feeling confident about this game. Matthew Dollery says 2-0, and I agree. I think it will be. I think England will win it 2-0, but I'm not taking anything away from Sweden. They'll be well organised. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with that. And also make sure you download the SofaScore app, which is a fantastic app which will be displaying throughout the stream. As I said there, I had the team news up for you. And for those people who are just a little bit unsure about how it works in relation to Sweden and what they're likely to play and who's going to play where and all that, I think that it's easy. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just show it you again. It's very easy. So there we go. And let me just move that up a little bit there, and let's bring the Swedish line up there. So they'll play pretty much a 4-4-2, and they're well organised. But I saw Sweden play in the playoffs before, in the Euros before, and I don't think they were very good. I love this England system. They've got it there as a 3-1-4-2. I see it more of a 3-3-2-1, but with Young and Trippier actually there, with then Dele Alli and I think Lingard, Raheem and Harry up front. And I think that's how it will work for England. But download the SofaScore app. We're going to be using that throughout the game. It's free to download, and it is the app I use whether it's the World Cup or into the season. It's fantastic for all your stats and everything like that. That's where I get all my heat maps and everything like that. People often ask me, where do I get my heat maps? And in fact, I can probably just show you very quickly on here. If you click Jordan Henderson, it will bring him up, player details, and yeah, there you go. You've got what they think of him and stuff like that, transfer value. But if you go into his statistics, it will show you things like that. And then if you click on a game, it will show you his heat map. So it's a really, really good app for things like that. Just click on a player, go into their details, and it will show you their player rating for their last few games. So like against Colombia, Henderson only got a 6. But as you can see with his heat map there, very much around the midfield. That's the way it's going forward. Henderson's probably not the best player to click on, because I'm always quite critical of Jesse Lingard at Manchester United. But let's have a quick look at him. Let's go player details and let's have a look at his statistics. He only got a 6.3 against Colombia, which is the game I would suggest. So he's going that way. So Lingard picking up the ball very, very deep. I mean, for Manchester United, he wouldn't have. I mean, these orange areas. I mean, he's had a lot of the ball in that area. Let's have a look at Harry Kane's going to be quite an interesting one as well, because the one thing I would say about England is they're scoring a lot of goals from set pieces, but what we need to do is score more goals from. Got an 8.7 against Colombia. Harry Kane out on the right hand side there. We need to see Harry Kane more in this area. And England need to start creating chances in open play a lot more. And I think for a striker, that's a little bit deep. That's not too bad, but that's a little bit deep. That's bordering into your midfield area. We need to see him more around here. And we'll keep an eye on that, because I think you can download that anyway. It's free. SofaScore, really good app on Apple and Android. But so let me come back to live comments. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. We're going to try and make it a Colossus day today, and we're going to try and get to 43,000 subscribers. I believe we're about 70 short at the moment, so please do share the video, get involved. I will have Marcus joining me in about 9 minutes as well. I am from Belgium and really nervous for our game against France as Joe's performance. I tell you what, I can't wait for it, mate. I really enjoyed the Brazil-Belgium game last night. I slightly favoured Belgium, to be honest, but if Brazil had wiped the floor with you, I would have said fair play. So I'm really looking forward to France-Belgium on Tuesday, but obviously it's all about England. So please do share the video underneath. Just click and share the video. And subscribe if you are new. Rashford should not play for England, says Bob Slayan. A little bit more info would have been nice to that, but that is your opinion. Sebastian United, is it coming home, Mark? It's too early to say. And Zed Jamie says, if England progress, I'd rather play Russia in the semi-finals. To be honest, I think England are going to progress, and it's going to be an interesting game to then sit and see who they get later on in the Croatia-Russia game, which kicks off at 7 o'clock. But they've got to progress first, and some people are a little bit concerned about how that might go. I'm personally not. I think we're going to be okay. I think we will win. I think we'll be fine.
Home mark.
So it's too early to say. And enjoy the ride with us. On that
Zed Jamie says, if England progress,
on Tuesday night for the penalties. I do not want to see penalties, I've got to be honest. France are going to beat Belgium, says Mega Darrell.
England are going to progress.
Win this game, says Najib.
It's going to be an interesting game to then sit and see who they get.
I'm going to go to later on. Sorry, 2-0 Croatia-Russia game. Which
please do smash the like button.
They've got to progress
as well.
And some
really
people
nice
are
to get
a little bit concerned about how that might go
before kickoff, because that would
I'm
make me
personally
feel
not. I think we're going to be okay.
I get superstitious
about
win.
these sort of things.
We'll be fine.
If England win the World Cup,
too early.
Harry Kane deserves the Ballon d'Or.
Enjoy the ride with us. On that
Zed Jamie says, if England progress,
on
I'd
Tuesday
rather
night
play
on
penalties. I
penalties.
say that with any sort of confidence, because I don't know how the Ballon d'Or works. Sorry if you were getting double sound there. I appreciate probably why that was, and I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. Sorry. It's because I had YouTube on with the audio on as well, so it was echoing. It's all right now. It's all right now. Any England player in yellow card trouble, says Cato Ellis. Yes, there are. Henderson, Lingard and Kyle Walker, as far as I'm aware. And I think maybe Trippier. I'm not 100% sure, but I think maybe Trippier as well. But definitely Lingard and Henderson and Walker. You shouldn't be getting any echo now. A lot of people are asking about it. It should be good now. Yeah, okay. Ibrahim, I say my bit on Twitter, and if people want to reply with stupid comments, I ain't going to get into a debate on Twitter. I said what I said. The facts were there. I don't need to come back and get into arguments with people on Twitter. I'm way above that. And so I would implore anybody else to be as well. It's a waste of your life. Is Marcus joining you? Pankaj says, yes, he will be. Loftus-Cheek is on a yellow too, Mark, says I am Jonesy. Yeah, so I think I'm right. I think it's Lingard, Henderson, Kyle Walker. I think, did Trippier get a yellow card? I'm not too sure. Kai says, thanks for hosting, Mark. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I probably wouldn't do a World Cup final watch-along. I'm just going to warn you now. If England get to a final, I don't know whether I'd do a watch-along for that. I might arrange something within a sort of big party where I'd put cameras up and stuff, but I don't think I'd sit here and do it. Mark Hillick says, just woke up to the hope of England going to the finals, and Henderson is very good at pressing, says Hexis 44. I think Liverpool are playing a friendly against Chester today at 3 o'clock, and I know people who are going to watch it. People are going to watch a Liverpool pre-season friendly against Chester, just to see, like, maybe, what's his name, Keita have his debut, rather than watching England play Sweden. It's really weird, but everyone. Tristan says, are you pumped, Mark? I want Sweden to win, though, for Lindelof. Look, doesn't matter who you support. Everybody's welcome on here. Doesn't matter where you live. It's a watch-along. So, yeah, England game will go to penalties and we will win 5-4, says Nathan Carrick. I really don't want to see us going to penalties. Isabel Green says, football is coming home. What happened between Mark and DT, says Edska, 23. I don't know, because I don't spend a lot of time looking at the replies on tweets. But basically, he said yesterday that he was really looking forward to Torreira coming back for Uruguay, and because they'd been knocked out and they're going to sign him. And I said, well, Pogba will have to let you have him. You'd have to ask for Pogba's permission first, because he's still in his pocket. Because he was rubbish. I thought France dominated that midfield, and then apparently he was like, I want videos, proof of Torreira being pocketed by Pogba. I mean, I've got things to do. I ain't going to send you videos. Watch the bloody match. We all saw it. England's coming home, says Shane Goo. That's a good spin on it. My final pick, said Neg Fatrest, says my final pick is going for a France versus England final. I'd prefer Belgium-England, to be honest with you. But England, I think England are going to win this game. I think England's toughest game will be the semi-final. And then the final, I just do not know. I just do not know how it might go. England will win this match. It's just a question, are they ready to beat Sweden, says Marcus Ridley. Andrew Rossi's made a contribution. Am I the only one thinking Sterling should not start? No, I agree with you, Andrew. I would not have started Sterling, but maybe this will be the game that he does turn up, because he certainly needs to. But we're 20 minutes away from another England game. I just can't believe it. Can't believe it. But I think the feel-good factor around England is obviously absolutely amazing. And hello, everybody. It's done it again. I'm going to have to be careful of that. It keeps doing that. One game at a time, Spoon Danger. But you know what? I think Southgate deserves a lot of credit, doesn't he? Because I think a lot of people thought he was a bit of a wally. And actually, the way he's acted around the team, the media, the fans, you wouldn't have got that with Ericsson. You wouldn't have got that with Capello. And I think it's fantastic the way that he's done that. And echoes of how it should be from the past. And I've just got something on the telly at the moment in relation to Bobby Robson, who's my favourite England manager of my lifetime, and the joy he brought in relation to Italia 90. And a lot of you won't be old enough to remember Italia 90. I was a kid myself, but you could be on the cusp of something here that, trust me, you will not realise it until this World Cup's gone, what it means to get to a World Cup semi-final. And it doesn't happen. So many years of disappointment. I mean, I think about 90, we got to a World Cup semi-final against a fantastic Germany team, and we should have won. And if we'd won that, we would have won a World Cup, and life would have been very different. But we didn't. And then Bobby Robson left. We didn't even qualify for 94. The Razzmatazz of America, we didn't even qualify. 98, Beckham's kick and out on penalties to Argentina. 2002, should have won it. Weak manager, bottled it. 2-1 ahead, 2-1 down to Brazil with 45 minutes to play against 10 men. Didn't create anything. Went out with a whimper. That's 2002, we could have won it. 2006, Portugal penalties. 2010, South Africa embarrassment, annihilated by Germany. 2014, didn't even get out the group stage in Brazil. 2018, the story's still to be written. We can be heroes. And I know there's a lot of excitement. I know there's a lot of people wanting England to go out. But whichever side of the fence you sit on, all I'm going to say is I think England are going to win today. I don't know why I feel that. I just feel very confident that they're going to win today. But if they do win today, a World Cup semi-final is something you will remember for the rest of your life. You know, I'm touching 40 now, and I've only seen one England World Cup semi-final, and that was 1990, 28 years ago. They won't come around very for long. I mean, we're still playing quarter-final games. Germany, Spain, Brazil, Argentina. These teams are long gone. Well, not Brazil last night, but you know what I mean? These teams are long gone. They're nowhere near. You guarantee the next World Cup, they'll be there. Italy weren't even in this tournament. They'll probably be there. It's a massive opportunity, and they've got to take it. They've got to take it. Fellaini's third leg says 150 minutes to total British meltdown. You know what I think about that? Do I think there would be meltdown if England got knocked out? I don't think so. I think England need to win a game in 90 minutes, because if they were to be knocked out, then I think it would be levelled at them. Well, you beat a rubbish Panama, you beat a rubbish Tunisia, you got beaten by Belgium in a nothing game, and then you won on penalties against Colombia, and then you lost to Sweden. It's hardly rocket science, is it? So I think England, if they've got aspirations of going deeper into this tournament, you've got to go and win a game in the 90 minutes. And I think that's what they're going to do today. But worst case scenario, if England got knocked out, I think there'd be a lot of disappointment, but I don't think there would be meltdown, because a lot of people came into this World Cup not expecting to get out of the group stage. If we got out of the group stage, we'll get knocked out in the first knockout game, and we're here in a quarter-final. There would be a lot of disappointment if England were to lose, but I don't think there would be a meltdown. I think what you would get is all the people who don't want England to do laughing and all that, which is to be expected. That's banter, but I don't think there'd be a meltdown, because there's a lot of positive things that Southgate's done, and there's a big perception in England that this team wasn't ready yet. It's sort of on a process. So. And if France can say, Deschamps said 2 days ago that his team's probably not going to be ready for 2 or 4 years. If they can say that, then I think England certainly can. Anyway, I'm joined by Marcus. He's back. How you doing, pal?
How you doing, mate? Come on, England.
Yeah, I'm ready. What's your feeling? You feeling good? Confident?
Yes, very confident, mate. I think this will be a better style of football than what we saw against Colombia. Sweden, they're pretty good, pretty well organised without the ball. So possession-wise, we should be pretty fine. It's up to us to control the game and break them down.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that that's going to be the way. I think I've gone 2-0. I think England are going to win this. I'm taking nothing away from Sweden, but I think if England are serious about this tournament, and I think they are now, we can't see another penalty shootout, can we? You can't just keep. No. You can't keep drawing and going to the lottery of a penalty shootout. We need to see an England win today.
Yeah, definitely. Within the 90 minutes would be nice.
Yeah.
I can't go through the penalty stage of the Colombia game again. No way. I don't think my heart will take it anymore.
No, I think we're going to do it in normal time. Lots of people tuning in. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 43,000 subscribers today. So subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And please do, if you are just watching it at the moment, please click that share button, which is underneath the screen. You can share it on Facebook and Twitter. So join in. It was one hell of a stream. It was a great. We're doing every World Cup game as a watch along, and last night was enjoyable with Belgium, Brazil. But this is England. It's a little bit different being English. Obviously, it matters. Best Gamer says it's going to be a boring match. I mean, the great thing is, being an England fan, it's not going to be boring because it matters.
That's it.
It won't be at all. But I don't know. I've sort of in a bit of a bubble, Marcus, to be honest, in relation to the nation and how they feel. I think in previous tournaments I'd have been like not sleeping last night, but I am quite relaxed about this tie, and I don't really know why. Maybe it's a false sense of security, but so much hype and excitement around the country at the moment for those people who don't live in England. There's loads of it, but I was trying to say before, I think all this "it's coming home" thing, I think there's a big element of tongue in the cheek there. I think everyone's excited, but the coming home thing, I don't think anyone seriously thinks we're going to win it yet.
Oh, I do.
Oh, he does. He does.
Yeah, too right I do.
It's a massive opportunity.
Why can't we win it? Yeah, why can't we win it? It's like you just said there, massive opportunity. If we get through this one, it's Russia or Croatia. I fancy our chances against them. And then more than likely, it's France in the final for me. But why can't we dream and think that we're going to do it and all that? It's been a long while since we've had a team like this. Very underrated. No egos in the team. So yeah, let's hype the boys up and hopefully they can do us proud.
Lindelof versus Harry Kane, says Ed Woodward. I know we normally do get a few, and Lingard, says Joy Deep. I know we normally do get a few Swedes in the live comments. We certainly get a few on the United stand, and you're very welcome. Obviously, today I don't want you to do well, but how confident if we've got any, how confident are you in relation to this game? I don't know. What I do know about Sweden is I've watched nearly every game in this World Cup, so you can give. We're 5 or 6 games in now, aren't we? So 5 games in. So we've seen most of these teams 4 or 5 times, and I've watched Sweden, and I think they've been a bit of a mixed bag. I thought in the first game they ground out a win. Second game against Germany, very much parked the bus and hit on the brake, and they got close, but no cigar. Mexico, they absolutely thumped them 3-0 and played really, really well. Sweden, Switzerland was quite tight, but I thought Sweden were the better team. They're a well-organised team. They've got no real superstars in there. They're a well-organised team, and I think they are dangerous. But I just think England, if they start like they did against Colombia, they do need to score more goals from open play, and Sweden will be well-organised. But I mean, I'm not taking Sweden lightly. I think they will give us a good game. I'm not expecting 4 or 5-0.
No. Like I said there, they've got a good team ethic in there. They pride themselves on defending and the counter-attack. They're very well organised. So it's going to be a tough match. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I can't see any reason why England can't come out of it with a 2-0 win. The danger man, I think, from our point of view, I think we've got to keep Forsberg quiet. He's the one. He makes things happen. He makes them tick. Lindelof in the back four as well. So, they've got some decent possibilities. They've got some good outlets, providing they get Forsberg on the ball. But I think our midfield's, by and far, well capable of controlling the game. Well capable.
Yeah, Dark Zero says that Sweden are much like Iceland, just got slightly better players, and we saw with Iceland in the last tournament how we struggled with them against the Euros and in the Euros, and England needs to be a little bit careful about that. But I think there's a good balance to this England team. I mean, I do remember Italia '90, and I don't want to draw comparisons to that because it would be grossly unfair. I don't think we've got that sort of quality of player at all, but I don't think it's that sort of quality of the World Cup. I mean, that German team, as I said last night, was something very, very special, and I don't think we've got a team like that in this World Cup, which is beneficial. But there are players within this England team that are sort of, really capturing the public's imagination. Your Trippiers, your Harry Maguires. It is massively exciting. And then you've got your Harry Kane, like your Lineker, who's knocking the goals in. So I think Sterling's the one that has generated a lot of debate. I think he is slightly fortuitous to be playing yet another game. I think that actually, I'm not bothered. I know a lot of people say Rashford, but I think Rashford off the bench is a great option anyway. But Sterling needs to start turning up. I think he has been a bit disappointed in this World Cup. Yeah,
I mean, I'm like you, Sterling. He needs to have a good game. For me, he's got to show why he warrants the place in the starting 11. But I also think Dele Alli as well. I mean, he's carrying an injury. He's been injured twice now, I think, in this tournament. He picked up the calf injury the other night against Colombia as well. So, I mean, that's a bit of a worry. But I think Sterling, like you say there, he's the main one. He's got to show why he's in this team. He's got to show what he's about with his speed. And I think it's maybe just like a bit of a confidence thing. Maybe he's just not getting the ball enough, but he's certainly not creating enough for Harry Kane.
No, and again, another physical game for Sterling. So maybe Southgate's thinking that with that little bit of something a little bit different, with that sort of small guile and speed and skill, he can cause a few problems. I haven't got a massive problem with it. I just think Sterling needs to put in a good performance today.
Yeah. I mean, you think with his pace, he'd be stretching the defenders. But I've not seen him do that throughout this tournament. I've not seen Dele Alli create much either. So, those two need a really, really good performance today to, provided we get through to the semis, to warrant their place in the semi-final.
Yeah. Tom Austin says Sweden are different to the South American team, so Sterling could thrive. I hope so, Tom. I hope so. And come on, England, says Salim. Sterling equals headless chicken, says Mark Willis. Sweden has come through the Netherlands, Italy, Germany, Mexico and Switzerland. They will beat England, says Jordan Thompson, which is actually quite a good point. They have come through some tough fixtures. They beat Mexico comprehensively. They did lose to Germany, but they've played some different and good teams in this tournament, and they have done very well. It's the sort of, I can see why people think Sweden might win it, because you could see Sweden sort of being, when people look back on this World Cup, they were the shock team of it, weren't they? You could see them almost get into a semi-final. But I can only speak from the English point of view, and as you said, the opportunity here is, it's a World Cup semi-final, which doesn't happen very often, and it will be a missed opportunity if England don't take it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they played Italy. They got through there, so I think that was a 1-0 after the 2 legs. They lost 2-1 to Germany. Germany had a man sent off as well, I think. So, the only team they beat comprehensively was Mexico. But I don't know about you or the people in the comments, but I didn't think Mexico turned up that day, to be honest.
No.
I thought they were absolutely awful. And considering Sweden pride themselves on defensive organisation, I thought 3-0 actually flattered them a bit, purely because Mexico didn't turn up.
Notorious says, I'm massively confident for this game. We want to see some confidence, of course we do, and I think that it will be. Obviously a lot of people are going to be feeling confident about it, and long may that continue, because we need to be confident. Otherwise, there's no point. Players are about to come out, by the way, so let's see how it goes. But what was your score prediction anyway?
I'm going 2-0, mate. I'm going 2-0.
Yeah, I said 2-0, so yeah. I'm comfortable with that as well. We're both happy with the 2-0.
Yeah, like I say, as long as England keep an eye on Forsberg, I don't see any danger. They've not really got an out-and-out recognised number 9 as such, a well-known number 9. I think their one plays in where is it, like the UAE or something like that, somewhere out that way. But I am confident for this game, most definitely. I don't think we can even contemplate losing the game. It just seems pretty much straightforward.
GV Game says, England did better under Venables and Keegan. I am English, but they scraped through against Colombia. Sweden could win easy. It's a 50-50 game for me. I do agree with you on that. I was saying about a few minutes ago. I don't think we're trying to convince the world that we're a fantastic team. I just think that this World Cup has shown that it's there. If you can hang about in this tournament, whether it's penalties or grinding out, if you hang about in this tournament, you can look at Liverpool. They played a Champions League final, and no way were they the second best team in Europe. They played Porto and Roma in the semi-finals. I think against Man City they did well, but that was a Premier League game, wasn't it? Real Madrid had to beat PSG, Juventus, Bayern Munich. It's just the way the tournament goes, and there's no Real Madrid in this tournament. France haven't impressed me massively. Belgium have only ever played half games so far. The other half of the games, like yesterday, second half, I thought they were a bit poor.
Yeah.
Croatia looked one of the better teams, but they struggled against Denmark. Sweden have been very consistent, to be fair. They're probably the most consistent team in the tournament, but do they have the quality? It's a massive opportunity for them. It's a massive opportunity for England, but my first and only thought is let's get to a final. Let's get to the semi-final and then reassess it there.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that Southgate does well. He takes each game as it comes and makes sure the players are focused on the game that's in front of them, not the game that could come after. So that's a good thing for Southgate to keep all the players' feet on the ground. Don't get too hyped up about it. Just play your game. You're going to have plenty of possession today. It's up to you to work the openings, and hopefully we can get the early goal and settle down and get Sweden to come out a bit, and it'll be a decent game.
Yeah, I think just something that's just sort of fell into my mind is that I think Marcus Rashford probably should feel a little bit unlucky not to start today. I mean, where was Sterling when it mattered for the penalties? He'd gone off, hadn't he? Rashford comes on, puts an important penalty away. But I think he's just such an explosive bench option that it's... to
be honest, I think, like you said there, I think today for this game especially, he would be used off the bench because of Vardy's injury.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether Vardy's actually fit, is he, or not? I don't know.
No, I read that he was. I know he's on the bench, but he's not going to be used apparently.
One down. A bottle of Corona done. I'm not sponsored by Corona, but if they are watching, I'll get through a few. Anyway, please do drop a like on the video and make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're going for 43,000 subscribers today, so make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and please do share the video. Let's see if we can get up to around 2,000 watching like we did the other day. But we're getting close to kick-off, and I, for one, am very, very glad, Marcus. I'm just going to give you 1 minute of talking while I just go and grab beer number 2, because we're getting very, very close to kick-off here. Let me just see where we are. Okay, I'll be 1 moment.
Okay, mate. Yeah, no worries. So, everyone in the comments, let's see. The last time we played Sweden, it was a masterclass from Zlatan, wasn't it? I think we got beat 4-2 in a friendly. So, what is everyone thinking here? Ed says, "Come on, England." Ryan says, "Sweden, come on, boys." Michael says, "Mark, come on, smash a 6-pack." What's everyone drinking? Says Hart. I've got some Boddingtons next to me, mate. I'm ready. Come on, England, says Man United. Carl says Millie. Ryan says, "I'm drinking coffee nights later." Antoine says Kane, Lingard and Rashford will score if Rashford comes on. And Robert says, "I sound like his headmaster." Is that a good thing? Sebastian, it's 10 a.m. in Canada. I can't drink beer. And Happy says,
you can. 2002 quarterfinal of the World Cup, and we were playing Brazil at 7 a.m. UK time.
Yeah.
And I'd already had 3 pints by that time. Mad.
Kasim says it'll be 2-1 to us. Okay. Matthew says, "Afternoon, Marcus. May the best Sweden win." Matthew, come on, man. So a lot of people are saying England win here. And Fellaini's third leg says, "I sound like an alligator." Oh, alligators talk, you know? Okay. Oh, dear. Right, so coin toss is happening. All the referees are from the Netherlands today. 4th officials from Spain. England in red. Sweden in the normal yellow and blue. I'm very surprised we've not been in the white kit, actually. But we're the away team, aren't we?
Yeah, we're I've seen a lot of that in this tournament. I think I remember a few times they don't seem to like yellow playing against white for some reason. I don't know why, because I don't see a problem with it, but yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, Sweden's yellow is actually quite bright, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
We're very close to kick-off now, though. Thank goodness. Very much ready for this, and I hope you're all got your seatbelts fastened. I know there's people out there who want England to lose. I haven't seen Matthew McFadden yet, but I'm sure he will be.
I have.
Is he here? Yeah, well, he definitely does, and he is liked. I can't say that we don't like him, because we do, and he's a moderator as well. But I ain't got a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. Look, I understand. I was trying to explain it to my kid this morning about Scotland and Wales. They seemed very perplexed that Scotland and Wales don't want England to win, but we're all part of the UK. And it was a long. I thought I can't even explain this, but I said basically, they perceive England to be the big I am, and that's why they don't want us to win. Obviously, historically, there's a lot more to it than that, but so that's what it's all about. So I like that. It's a bit like Liverpool and United, isn't it? I desperately wanted Liverpool to use the Champions League, and I think that sort of rivalry is there with Scottish and Welsh fans. So whichever way you're going, it's fine. Get involved in the comments. Obviously, we are going for England, and we will be hoping England win. But if you are going against England, that's fine. That's what football's all about. And I can tell you that you're right, Marcus. Jamie Vardy's definitely not going to be involved in this game, because he's not even in the tracksuit, is he? So
he's in his jeans, isn't he?
Yeah. So, which actually I think is quite a positive. I thought he was very poor. In that game. So, I think we've had a comment at Super Chat here, but I'm just waiting to kick the game, so I'll go back and find that in a minute. But give us your score predictions in the live comments as well. We're about to kick off here. Fasten your seatbelts. The opportunity to be heroes just for one day for England. World Cup semi-final at stake. just saying that back, that's massive. We've only done it twice in England's footballing history. So, let's not get carried away with ourselves. There's a job to do.
There we go.
Started.
Right, Sweden kicked off. England are playing from right to left. And already England have got possession on the far side with a throw. So, this is where we need to control the game now. We need to work them out, make the space, hopefully take the chances. Apparently, Harry Kane's 6 attempts, 6 goals in the World Cup. 100% strike rate.
Well, we haven't created enough chances in open play, have we? That's the problem.
No, yeah.
I've had a bet on this anyway. I've had a bet that England are going to win in 90 minutes, and it's quite a substantial bet. I've built it up over the season with. I'm not going to name the betting account because we're not sponsored by them or anything like that. But built it up with a few bets over the season every now and again.
Okay.
And it's it's not a massive amount, but I've put it all on England winning in 90 minutes, which is basically going to double my money.
All right, well, come on then, share it then. Don't, how much have you put on? What's at stake?
It's about 190 quid.
Oh, that's all right.
So double it up to 400 quid if they win.
Yeah.
So I've built up 190 over the season, and I just fancy England today. So,
Yeah.
I don't know whether I should have put it on Sweden really though, because that was 4-1, and it's like, well, if England win, I'm happy, and at least if England don't win, I make a lot of money. But no, I've gone with the double one. I want to be happy and better off.
So Sweden, they are, very. I mean, they're playing a high line here, Mark, as well.
Yeah, well, they pressed against Mexico, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, they're waiting until we get into their half, then they're coming to the ball. So they're quite happy to let us have the ball at the back.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the big success stories of this World Cup for me is the way that we've got a system that really, really works well for England, and we've always had a sum of parts, really, haven't we? We've had good players, but we've had bad managers, bad tactics, egos. And the great thing about Southgate is, and he wasn't a great Premier League manager, Southgate, at all. He didn't do very well at Middlesbrough, but I think he's a bit of a Pep fan. And that's, obviously I'm not a Pep fan because I'm a Man United fan, but I do appreciate what Pep did with Man City last season, which was play very, very good football and dominate. And that is the way of the world at the moment. And we are desperately, as Manchester United fans, moaning about Mourinho and saying he's got to understand that football's changed. He's got to play more pressing, attacking football. And Southgate seems to have embraced that. And the England players seem to embrace playing in a style that gets the best out of them, and it's good. Although PI Common says England are shit, but that's down to him, isn't it? But make sure you subscribe if you're new. We're 14 subscribers away from 43,000. I just want to get that done, and then we can focus on the game because that's just going to keep bugging me a little bit. But you can also download the SofaScore app in the link in the video description, which we are going to utilise during the game. Just give it a few minutes, and then we'll have a quick look at how it's going statistically.
So at the minute, I've already seen Jordan Henderson try 2 balls over the top towards Sterling. So it looks like that's a tactic that's going to be a common thing throughout the game. They're going to try and utilise Sterling's pace, get that back four pushed back a bit.
It's also good to see an England team confident on the ball and holding the ball, because actually the last 20-25 years I've watched England would be like Sweden are now. We'd let the opposition have the ball and we'd be the one running around well organised.
Yeah.
And it's nice, although it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the game, but it's just nice to be watching England with a system that also encourages having the ball. I mean, Smalling is not a bad centre-back. He played a lot of games for United last year, but Southgate was like, nah, you're not playing for me because I want centre-backs who can play football. And, to be fair, he's right. Smalling's not good on the ball. He's a good centre-back, but he's not good on the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see England control the possession. It's nice to see them not be nervous. And I saw a comment before you actually went live. I think it was Oasis Times that said it. You've got to go out there and play your football and not be afraid to lose. Because if you're worried about losing the game, then the nervousness creeps in and sloppy balls get played. Your passing goes out of whack. So it's got to be a good thing for them to play confidently, and with that will come the goals and the freedom to express themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it is all England with the ball at the moment, and we've not had any throw-ins yet. Costas, have you got a bet on how many throw-ins there's going to be? You can bet on everything these days, can't you? But let's have a quick look. Actually, it's a good opportunity just to bring this in. So let me do it.
Oh, ref could have played on this. Oh, ref, come on, he's in front of the ball. Right, out to the left. What a waste of a free kick that was. Too quick. Too quick. So we had a free kick from the right-hand side. Played right across to the left-hand side to Ashley Young, and Ashley Young's headed it out of play. So, throw into Sweden for the person.
There you go, look, I've just got the SofaScore app up. I know we're only 6 minutes in, but 79% ball possession for England, 21% for Sweden. And I don't think that means Sweden are parking the bus, not at all. I just think that, and look at that, passes already, 15 for Sweden, 60 for England. And I think that's just showing you straight away what
unlucky.
What it's going to be like. It's going to be England on the ball, dictating the play. And there you can see Jules won for Sweden as well. So it's a decent start in relation to England, and this is something I really like as well on the SofaScore app. It shows you like the action areas, which at the moment we're not really sure into it, but we can't really give you player ratings. But link in the video description for SofaScore. Really good app that I use a lot for your analysis of the games, which we'll come back to in a minute. But 80% possession for England at the moment, which in the context of it doesn't mean a lot, because Sweden have got a good free kick position here, 6 minutes in, just inside the England half, but everyone's camped on the edge of the England penalty box as they're going to swing this in, which is obviously a sort of area that Sweden will be looking to take advantage of. Cross comes in, I think he's overhit that, and it should go for a goal kick. Throw in, probably.
Yeah, throw in. So another throw in versus Sweden. I don't even think Walker touched that, did he? No,
but that's quite an interesting Henderson here. I don't know. I liked this referee. What game was this referee from? But he was bloody good.
To be honest, man, I can't even remember.
It was definitely one of the knockout games, and he was very, very impressive. And I forget what the game it was.
Did Henderson get a yellow then?
No,
just telling off. And ball ref. Yeah.
Answers on a postcard to people in the live comments. Who was this referee from? Because I thought he's been my favourite referee so far. He was really, really good. Really good.
He's from the Netherlands. All three referees are from the Netherlands, and the fourth official is Spanish.
But yeah, interesting markers there. We're just looking at the SofaScore ratings there, and 80% possession from England, which, again, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win a game because you've got the most possession. I think people get running away with that, but it does give you a pattern of the game in these first few minutes. And Sweden are just going to hit in bursts, aren't they? They're going to keep tight and try and hit on the counter-attack, whereas England are going to have the ball.
They are, yeah, and I think this is where Sterling has to have a good game today. His pace, I think, is going to dictate how far Sweden's back four gets pushed back. Harry Kane, he's not the quickest, but it will be up to Sterling and probably Dele Alli as well to push that Sweden back line a little bit further back than what they are. Because they're playing probably about, 30, 35 yards line, I think, their back line. So Southgate is looking pretty confident in the dugout. But Sweden's on the attack here, dealt with by Stones. Now England can play it out to the left. No, Dele Alli again, too quick. He's not looking up. Ashley Young's not that quick out on the left-hand side.
We've got anybody actually supporting Sweden in the live comments? Just let us know, whether you're Swedish or not. I'm sure we're going to get a few replies now, but let us know. Oliver Wood still says football's coming home. I think we need to stop that now, Oliver, because the match is on. Let's see if the players can provide that sort of rhetoric. But this time.
Yeah. So it looks like Sweden's tactic is to just pelt a long ball. Here we go. Here goes Sterling. Look, he's off. Go on, Sterling.
Is that a corner or a throw-in?
I think that's a corner, mate. But yeah, Sweden's tactic, long ball, get a flick on, and hopefully they get in behind us. That's the throw, I think.
Yeah, it's throwing, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was corner, but never mind.
Ramsey says England are going to win. It's coming home, says Red Rose. The minute, we've got a timer up for you there. We've just gone up into the 10th minute on this stream. Sterling's got it in the box here.
Yeah.
Lingard, wearing the number 7 for England. Maybe he'll be wearing it for United next season if it's true about Sanchez going to number 10.
Yeah, I heard that as well, Mark.
Why didn't Carl Walker put that in there?
That should have been a first-time cross there.
Now, there you go. That's what you should have done last time. Oh,
there we go.
Into the keeper's arms.
To the keeper. Right, so I think Trippier's going to be.
I haven't seen any mods in the live comments.
Yeah, Matthew's here. I can get in there as well. Well, Matthew was here.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, Matthew is there. Yeah. Right. See, that's a bit stupid from John Stones there, as if Sterling's going to win the header. Snaps is here as well. So a free kick to Sweden, just inside the centre circle. England quite organised, quite tight through the middle. I think they're going to try and make Sweden put the ball into the box. Yeah. There we go. That's out for our throw, ref.
Lena says, when's it starting? 11 minutes ago.
So, throw into England, right-hand side.
Leon Reaper says that football World Cup is more important because it's national. Look, as I said before, the quality of international football compared to Champions League, Premier League is lacking. I think if you stuck Sweden or England in the Premier League, they'd definitely be in the bottom half, maybe battling relegation. The standard's not there, but decent shot there over the bar. Pickford did dive, but I don't think he needed to be honest. I think it was a bit high.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way too high.
So, yeah, let them keep on taking shots from out there all day long.
Yeah, I don't know why he was diving there. It was way too high, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, Liam, you're getting timed out because it's not a goal. So sit in the corner and
I don't know what's wrong with my stream. I can't see Matthew in snaps. I'm going to come in and come out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're both here, mate. I think there's going to be a bit of a problem as well with Dele Alli tracking back. He doesn't look the fittest of the lads out in the field at the minute.
No, well, he's had a few injury problems in this tournament, hasn't he, Dele Alli? So
Trippier's down the right at Sterling. So we've got 3. Oh, no, it's not. It's Lingard. So there's 3 lined up in the box there then. Kane, Sterling and Alli. I don't want to see Sterling coming that deep looking for it. He should be getting in there and pushing them back.
We're playing a little bit like United at the moment, just lots of the ball and not putting the ball into the box. I'd like to see it coming into the box a little bit more, because if you take your time on the crosses, which Ashley Young did there, and we've seen Kyle Walker done it, we're playing against a team that's decent dealing with crosses, so you've got to put the early cross in. That's what I think.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think England might have benefited from Danny Rose playing instead of Ashley Young today for that natural left foot cross straight into the box.
But England are playing too slow, says Dave B.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I think the final balls have not been in there quick enough. Like you just said there, Carl Walker's had it a couple of times and not put it in first time. Ashley Young just done the same.
I mean, I don't want to liken Sweden to Russia, because Sweden are better than Russia. But what England don't want to do is turn this into a Spain-Russia game where you're having all the ball, but you're allowing the opposition to be in the game, and this could easily become quite a nip and tuck game that keeps Sweden in it, and they might not have much of the ball. Mealy Morner says kit colours contrast each other for those who are colourblind. White and yellow can bleed into one. Another special for me. Okay. I can't watch games like that. Oh, very good. There you go. Yeah, that clarifies it then.
I never knew that. So
I suppose if you're playing on if you're watching on a black and white TV, which not a lot of people will be doing these days as well, that contrast isn't there.
Yeah. So good closing down by England then in the Swedish half. A long ball
Sweden
again.
are actually doing quite well at the moment. England need to get a grip here because they're not in the ascendancy. They're having a lot of the ball, but they've started a little bit slow for my liking.
Yes. Yeah, the play just hasn't been quick enough yet.
Colombia, we started off well. I know we didn't get the goal in the first half, but we did start off well. But this game, it's like we're little bit, and that is tournament football in a certain way. That is how tournament football works. It can be a little bit nip and tuck. Snap's just saying there, what a fantastic super chat that was from Minnie. It was. I wasn't aware of that myself, but it is a bit nip and tuck at the moment. But as I said, tournament football's like that. It's not, not every minute of every game do you play well, and England just seem to be playing their way into this game a little bit. But Sweden are growing into the game, as Crispin says.
Wilf's watching the game on a gramophone. Oh, dear. So, come on, England, get forward, get in there. Yeah, they're giving Sweden a lot of the ball here. They're not getting into the. They seem to have died off a bit now. Sweden throw.
Oh, we've gone past 43,000 subscribers. Back of the net. That's good. That's done. So thanks everyone for that. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, and please do share the video. It takes one click underneath the video. Just click share. Share it on Twitter, Facebook. Grow the community on That's Football. We've done every World Cup game as a watch-along. We will be doing Russia-Croatia tonight as well. Hopefully, well, from my point of view, hopefully we'll be watching it to see who England are going to play. But this first 15 minutes, I'm going to get this up on the screen now, actually, because I think we're going to see something a little bit different here. So let's have a look. I'm just using the SofaScore app here in night mode. And as we can see, statistically, it's changed a little bit. Still 71% possession for England, 29% for Sweden. But the passes thing's closing up a little bit here. And I think England are trying to get a goal kick, which they have done. But let me bring you back to this bit here, details. So it's not really forming yet, but that little graph that we've got there, it will spike if there are any attacking bits from everybody. And if you can just see the little green spikes for Sweden, they've spiked higher than any of the blue spikes for England. So Sweden are in the action areas a little bit more in this first 15 minutes. Best two players on the pitch at the moment, Forsberg for Sweden, Kyle Walker for England. You can download the SofaScore app, links in the video description. And that's night mode, which is a new mode for them there. So you can use it in night mode as well. But so Sweden coming into it a little bit more now. The last 10 minutes has flown by, which worries me a little bit. But first 7 minutes, England had a lot of the ball. Sweden coming back into it now. And England just don't look good at the moment, Marcus, I don't think.
No, they seem to gone off the ball a bit now. They haven't really created anything in the first 18 minutes. It's Sweden have done pretty well though, stifling England, not coming forward as much. They've not had many crosses put into the box. But in fairness, if you flip it, Sweden haven't really threatened at all yet, apart from that long shot, which was safely over the bar. But England just need to get the ball down. There we go. Right, so Sterling's off on the pace. This is
look
key,
on your right. Why is he not? Why has he ignored that pass on the right?
No.
It was a good shot by Kane, but I think this was. I saw some analysis at lunchtime of Raheem Sterling and how he ignores the obvious pass a lot, and he gets away with this a little bit because Kane has a shot that's quite close, but Lingard's the pass there on the right, and he ignores it so much. Oasis Time says, "I don't think England can beat Sweden. I think it's all over." At the moment, it's very, very equal, and a lot of people predicted it was going to be equal, but Trippier needs more of the ball, says Zed Jamie. Yeah, we've not really got him forward at all in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just seeing that shot back from Kane, it's not far wide. Goalie was going the wrong way. Throwing to England out on the right.
What are you drinking, Marcus, says Kenneth?
I am on Boddington's. I've got a couple of cans here next to me. So I'm on my third one. I managed to sneak out for a pint this morning.
Did you?
Well, yeah.
Nice one.
I just said to everyone, no, I've just got to nip into town to pick something up, and went in and picked up some cigarettes and had a quick cheeky pint in the
Cross
local.
from Young there.
Oh,
Was a good atmosphere already.
yeah. Do you know what? I mean, all the pubs where I am, mate, you got to pay to get in them because of the game. They're charging people to go and sit in there and watch the games. But another throw. That was a good cross though from England.
It's prime
Dangerous.
time, isn't it? This is prime time. 3:00 on a Saturday afternoon, and if England win, it will just go into the night. The pubs will be raking it in.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think they tend to show the most interesting games. It's not just the England games. I mean, apparently there was a packed crowd last night for the Brazil-Belgium yesterday. So, and the locals round here are making a fair bit. So Sweden playing out from the back. Lindelof's on the ball, playing it down the right-hand side. Come on, Ali, get across. That's better.
Well, we're 20 minutes in, and I think it's very equal, isn't it? And I'm not too concerned about that because, as I said before, I mean, I think England will win this game, but I'm not by any means saying that Sweden aren't a good team. I think Sweden could give France a game. They could give Belgium a game. So, of course, they're going to give England a game. So I'm not surprised. I'm not concerned. Neither team's created a chance yet.
No, see, this is the worry here. When Ashley Young's got the ball, you just know he's going to turn back in on his favoured right. So it slows the play down. But I think England should have used Danny Rose in there today, just for that natural cross.
Again, Kyle Walker refusing just to whip in the early cross. Do it. Just put it in. It's so easy to defend. Well, it's easier to defend when someone takes a touch. Whip it in quick. And see, we're back in our own half now.
Yeah, it's going to go back to Pickford.
We had an opportunity 5 seconds ago to whip a cross in, and now we're back in our own half with Pickford on the ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, possession stats look good, but the opportunity of putting the ball in the box is good. But then again, I do like the way England retain possession.
Yeah, it's nice to know that they're not scared to go back when there's nothing on. But like you said there, 5 seconds, Kyle Walker could have whipped that in.
So Sterling, too many touches again.
Yeah.
Give it to bloody Trippier, he's right behind you. Sterling is infuriating, isn't he? He takes so many touches.
Yeah. Not been. He's had a couple of runs at the Swedish back four, but nothing major yet. So it was handball, but apparently the VAR has said to him no.
Yeah, it's in his body, isn't it?
Yeah. LM says it's Sterling deaf or something.
I know.
He might well be.
He just ignores the obvious pass, doesn't he?
Oh dear. Sterling is crap, says Dave. I think he's very overrated in an England shirt.
Here we go. Bit of a chance here. Lingard. He won't ignore it. You see, Trippier.
No. Yeah. Get across.
Better. You see, that's the contrast between Lingard and Sterling. There, Lingard instantly gets hold of the ball. Here's the shout. One touch. Quick play. Sweden are crapping themselves. Unfortunately, the cross goes into the keeper's hands. But that's it. But Sterling wants loads and loads of touches.
So the first 23 minutes, a couple of times we've got in behind the back four, but it is still too slow, way too slow.
Got my little beer helper today.
Have you?
I trained her before the match. Yeah, all the lemons been cut. Showed her how to open the bottles. 2 down. I wish they were reflecting goals, but no. Remember, subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and please share the video underneath. Let's get as many people involved as possible. 0-0 in this game so far. I tell you what, Marcus, though, a few people said this before the game. It's going to be a boring match, and I think if you're not an England fan, it probably isn't the most interesting start, is it? We've had no clear-cut chances, and I mean, but look at Sweden now, though. When they've got the ball, they're playing right up on our line, aren't they? So it's a weird way that Sweden play, actually. Their centre-backs have got it, and then they push everybody up on the back line because you know they're going to hit a long ball. It's a total contrast in thing. But I'm still comfortable. Yeah. My tweets are out there that we're going to win.
Yeah, the thing there, Sweden can push up into our half as much as they like, but the England defence, the marking, the positioning, is absolutely spot on. That's because Sweden's balls are just getting nowhere. Like, right, come on, Jesse, make something happen.
I'm not. I'll tell you what. I've heard a lot of people say as well, and I said it before the tournament. How do you play a midfield three with Dele Alli and Lingard in it? because it's very attacking. And surely a team will figure out a way to dominate our midfield when Henderson's the only one who can really put his foot in. But I mean, I don't know whether that's... A lot of people have said maybe Loftus-Cheek should be playing ahead of Ali.
Yeah, do you know what? That's not a bad shout.
Delicious, mate.
I've not... I questioned Ali's, seat on the plane. I didn't really see... He had a good... Well, it was an okay season for Spurs. But I just didn't. He just didn't do much in the qualifiers, in the friendlies.
I don't actually think Dele Alli had that much of a good season anyway compared to the season before.
It was nothing major, was it? It wasn't as if he stood out. I
remember saying probably about August last year that this is a massive season for Dele Alli. He had a great season the season before last, and coming into the last season. He could be going into this summer for an England World Cup as one of the best midfielders in the world with Real Madrid after him. And that's not the case. He's not had anything like that sort of a season.
You would think he would have kicked on, wouldn't you? But, I don't know, maybe injury disrupted him. But go on, Henderson. Good tackle in there.
Yeah, I think Henderson's done well in that role, as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, I suppose for a Liverpool player.
No,
Yeah.
I don't rate Henderson at all. I don't think he'll even be in the Liverpool team next year with the signings they've made. But, I mean, I just think, I live in a World Cup bubble where I'm absolutely loving it, but I don't live in a World Cup bubble where I start saying, oh, he's a great player, because the contrast is so different. I mean, if you watch the World Cup, you'd say Henderson's a really good CDM. And the reality is he's not. In real life, he's not. In a World Cup where it's bubble and the standard's a little bit low, he is. He's not bad, but Game Theory says Ali's fast and can close the space fast.
Yeah, but you just don't...
Michael Richards says, anyone questioning why you put lemon in a Corona, sit down. I do prefer lime in a Corona, to be honest, but I haven't got any, so I had to go with the lemon, but yeah.
Bounty lad, is Lingard on the field? He is. I mean, he's not really doing much.
I tell you what, that's a good point that we can bring in a little bit of this as well. Let me get it going for people so they can see it, because we've got a little bit of a drop in the play at the moment. So let's have a look at the lineups, and let's go and have a look at Jesse Lingard, and that's his heat map. Which, when you look at it, that's not much touches of the ball for Jesse Lingard at all. It's not red, it's yellow. And if I show you another player, let's see what Dele Alli's doing. Not much red either. But let's have a look at someone like a Jordan Henderson. Not much red either. So our midfield three, not really doing a hell of a lot on the ball. Same for Harry Kane. I mean, his biggest area is out on the left wing there. And let's have a look at Sterling, because I think he has had a lot of the ball. No, not much happening in the front positions for England at all in relation to the heat maps. And Forsberg for them, again, not much happening. Nobody's really making much of an impact in the game at all. So you can download the SofaScore app for free. This is where I get all my heat maps from. People often ask me about that. Free to download. Link is in the video description. Get on the SofaScore app. Great for the new season or the World Cup if you're into your statistics and you want to see who's doing well. But Ashley Young's got a bit of the ball here.
He's got the ball.
Not a bad cross with his left foot.
Not bad.
Someone's got to attack that.
Yeah. Low across the floor. Quite a bit of a pacey cross as well. Someone should be in there gambling on that.
Back post here, Trippier.
There we go. Back cross goal, out by Sweden. So, bit of danger there, bit of nervousness in the Swedish back four. We've got it on the halfway line. We're all camped out in the Swedish half at the minute.
Raj says, none of the players in the Swedish squad play in Sweden, while all the English players play club football in England. Quite an interesting fact, says Raj. I thought Grongfist, who is their number 4, who's had a great tournament, I thought he played in the Swedish second division, but maybe I'd misread that. But here comes the cross from Trippier.
Ball in.
Yeah, we'll have the corner, though.
Yeah, we'll take that.
We'll have a corner.
Yeah, we know how good we are at set pieces, one of our strong points in this tournament.
Unfortunately, I think Sweden are well too disciplined to chuck to start wrestling with Harry Kane, but you never know.
Yeah. Christopher says Trippier has a great ball on him. He does. Absolutely fantastic, I think. One of the shining lights of the tournament for me so far.
Oh yeah, I love Trippier. We've both been on about him, haven't we? He's had a cracking World Cup. Cross comes in. Yes! Get in! Yes! Harry Maguire! Come on! 1-0. Well,
England!
Come on! Get in from another corner.
Come on!
Well, well, come on! That's what we want. Get a goal in the back of the net. And I'm quite surprised because I didn't expect that. I
said it on the last one we did, Mark. It's a theme of set pieces.
England are brilliant from set pieces.
Yeah. It seems like the dead ball situations always go towards Maguire.
Proper Sir Alex, that is. Bang!
I mean, that's quite a way out as well. That's, what, 4?
Yeah.
That's
what happens when you don't put people on the post. That's what happens when you don't put people on the post, Sweden. But we'll have some of that. Half an hour in, very, very tight game, and you get yourself a goal like that. That's what winners are made of, Marcus. That is. Tight games, go and get yourself a goal.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, absolutely fantastic opening goal. It's been, like said earlier, it's pretty even. It started to get pretty even as the time went on, but England, have got the goal now. Sweden's got to come at us. So that can only benefit us.
I was just going to say that. You're spot on there. The great thing is that Sweden can't just keep keeping it tight now, and there might be opportunities for England on the break. But I'll tell you what, so much about this tournament is very un-England-like. If you've been watching England for a number of years, we're not like England of the past, are we? I mean, this is the sort of, either Colombia winning on penalties, smashing Panama, winning in the last minute against Tunisia, in a really tight game, actually getting the goal and going ahead. I mean, nobody can knock England for there. It's not been a great game at all. I agree with that. But we win a corner, we score from it. You can't argue with that. There's no moaning about it. It's very efficient.
It is. I mean, Sweden probably done their homework as well on the dangers and where we can cause them trouble. So, I don't even think Maguire had someone marking him then. But he rose above everyone else. He's got the goal, and hopefully we get a couple more and game over.
I do apologise for my sporadic that. I might start fisting the screen quite a lot, so to speak, because I found myself on Tuesday night after we'd won the penalties for the next 2 hours. I was like brushing my teeth in the bathroom, and I kept doing that at the mirror, inadvertently doing it. It's just it's just something that sort of grabbed me throughout this tournament with England. I just find myself in the supermarket and stuff, just going. It's a great feeling.
Oh dear, yeah. And you get a lot of people looking at you thinking, what's he doing?
Mini Diver says, what price? I did it through, they're not sponsoring us, so I'll tell you who it was. I did it through William Hill, and I got 1.91, which is 2.0 is double your money. And but they have a boost option there, so it went up to 1.96. So basically double my money if England win. But I have been, long way to go, and England have this attitude of, England have this history of messing up, of course, Colombia, last minute sort of thing. But I tell you what, if I've just had a 2-0, we both went 2-0, didn't we, Marcus? And I've just had this feeling that England, I thought Colombia worried me, and I think we should have beat Colombia, and we did. But I think we should have beat them in normal time. But Sweden, I know they'll give us a good game. But I just feel we'll be too good for them, and I don't think we're going to thrash them. But just 2-0. I've been very confident about this game, which is probably why I've not been really nervous about it. I mean, if we get to a semi-final and it's a big if, I'll be massively nervous if it's Croatia because I just don't know which way it's going to go. But Sweden, I've just felt we'll win it, but let's see.
I mean, I think obviously on paper Croatia, if we're in the semi-final, Croatia would be the tougher team.
Yeah,
but. They're not a quick team either, are they? They're very static in what they do.
They are down the flanks, Rebic and Perisic, but Mandzukic isn't.
Well, Mandzukic, what is he, 32 now? 33? He's getting on a bit. So I'd still fancy us to get to the final, mate. I really would. As long as they stop Modric. I think, Modric and Rakitic would be the main dangers for me, but... Good shot. Henderson? Oh, no. Well over.
Well, the interesting thing as well is that Trippier put that cross in, didn't he? And it was like... we got a corner from it. But Maguire's header is just... from a Sweden point of view, why have you got Maguire against Forsberg? It's a mismatch, and also why haven't you got men on the post? But Maguire's header's just strong. Keeper can't do anything about it, and England from set pieces are just very good.
Yeah, I mean the goalie's not even gone to make a save. It looks to me as though he's just dived on the floor. He's not even put his hands out to try and stop it. But England are doing well now. A bit of concentration. If we get a second before half time, fantastic. If not, second half still play the same game. Don't do nothing different. Because Sweden haven't threatened at all.
Troll and Dumb says, I thought Lingard was starting. No, I'm not going to deny that, but you could also say the same about Dele Alli. You could say the same about Harry Kane. Not really been in this game, but England clearly are in the game because it's a very equal game. Very equal game. Many people predicted this game was going to be like this, and I think anybody who thought we were going to see Belgium-Brazil in the first half, we were never going to see that, the way Sweden play. I mean, look, they've got a free kick here. It's only just in the England half. Yeah. Everybody bombs up to get on the edge of our box. It's going to be a long ball into the box. But
you think with the height advantage we've got, we should deal with this quite comfortably.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Harry Maguire's quite 6'7", like somebody said the other night, but he's certainly a big player. I mean, he's got to be looking at, in all seriousness. I mean, I know you shouldn't judge people on the World Cup. You should know something about what they've done. Like I always say, everyone who said Milinkovic-Savic is crap, you're wrong, because you've clearly not watched him play for Lazio. But everyone who's saying Harry Maguire is a good player off the World Cup, you're half right, because actually he's been very similar for Leicester. He's had a very good season for Leicester as well. He's got to be looking at some. He will want a big move, Marcus, I would have thought, and there'll be a lot of people looking at him, and I think he deserves that, but not just on the World Cup. I don't think you should judge someone on the World Cup, but he has been very good for Leicester. If you want that sort of centre back who's dominant in the air and he can get forward and cause problems like that, he's decent on the ball as well.
Yeah, I mean he's not really a bit of an unknown. He plays in the Premier League, but in terms of coming to the World Cup, I think a lot of people thought, you're starting Maguire. What about Cahill for the experience and Phil Jones? Glad. But yeah, like you said, so glad Gareth's gone with some decent young talent here, a bit of freshness to the team. But I think you can put that what's his name, Rebic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's not bad. Bit of an under the radar sort of player. Not too bad. I think he'd probably be looking for a move as well.
I think, whatever happens with England, they could still lose this game. They could lose in the semis or the final, or whatever happens. But I think one of the things that I've said a few things that have impressed me with Southgate, but another thing that's impressed me is that this team it's hard to dislike. There's no Rooney in there who's past his sell-by date. There's no ego in Joe Hart in goal, which would have been very easy to do. There's no Phil Jones playing at centre-back just because he plays for Manchester United. There's no Cahill because he's played for England before and he plays for Chelsea. There's a Leicester centre-back. There's a Man City right-back playing in the back three. John Stones is running it as somebody who's about 20... How old is he? And then throughout the team, he's just like, I'm not going to go with egos. I am looking forward to the future. And that's reaped. But, this tournament's probably way too early for England to win. It is. On paper, it is. We've got a lot of young players coming through. And Southgate's definitely gone with a system and a setup that, I'm not quite there yet, but actually it'll reap benefits in the future. And it's now reaping benefits now because everyone knows the system. Everyone's playing for each other. I mean, I remember somebody saying that ahead of the Iceland game with Joe Hart, he was in the tunnel doing some weird stuff, like acting like King of the Castle and all that nonsense.
Yeah, thought he was it, didn't he?
Yeah, and we've got rid of that, and it's long overdue that we've got rid of that. But yeah, I think Harry Maguire sort of epitomises, and Trippier as well, as you've said, they epitomise what this England team's all about. It's not about necessarily playing for a big club. I mean, Trippier doesn't always get picked for Spurs because they've got Aurier.
Yeah.
But it's about picking the right people for the role, the right personalities, and that inspires because. Yeah, I think Gary Cahill probably would have expected to be playing. Joe Hart probably expected to be part of this World Cup. Jack Wilshere really thinks he should have been part of this World Cup. I'm sorry, you shouldn't.
No, spot on, mate. Exactly what I think. I noticed something that I picked up on in Southgate's interview where he said, like, this team, they want to work together. They want to work for each other. A lot of these players have been on loan to like championship clubs, started their careers at like Blackburn and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's fantastic that it's come. This team is built around that sort of experience of playing in the lower league, so they know how hard it is. And it's sort of like it gives them confidence to know that, yeah, they've earned their place in the national side, and it's fantastic for football. It's fantastic for the country.
Sagar says that Croatia-England would be a good semi-final. To be honest, if England get through this game, as much as Russia would be an easier game, I hope it is Croatia, because I do want England to be tested. And I think this game, if England can win it, it will... I never expected England to put in a vintage, edge-of-your-seat performance, because I respect Sweden. And I knew it was going to be a game of, physicality and a real, battle, which it has been. But if England can win this game 1 or 2-0, and then you go to the next game, that's how you win. I don't want to say England are going to win it, but that's how you play tournament football. You deal with what's in front of you, you adapt to it. And at the moment, I think England have had a really, really good half, because it's been very equal, but you can't argue with the fact that England deserve to be 1-0, because Sweden actually haven't created anything, Marcus.
No, they haven't. I don't even think Pickford's made a save, has he? No. All they've had is that shot that was over the bar. But I just want to touch on how I think, no matter where he plays, I think Jordan Henderson has had a fantastic half.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he really has. He's got his body in the way of the blocks. He's tackled well. He's tracked back well. He's even put in a couple of balls over the top to Sterling. That just been unlucky not to get on the end of. But I think Jordan Henderson's an absolute stormer of a first half so far.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think before the tournament, I never would have expected those words to come from you or any United fan. But that's the sort of mystique about the World Cup, really, is that throughout this country, people are sort of ignoring the Premier League rivalries and buying into England. I don't see Jordan Henderson as a Liverpool player. I don't see John Stones, Kyle Walker as Man City players. And yeah, I'm proud of Lingard and Young and Rashford, but I'm probably more proud of Harry Maguire and Jordan Pickford, who don't play for my club, and Trippier, who doesn't play for my club. They're the real stars of these teams. I mean, Lingard's been good, but has he been the best England player? No. Trippier's been amazing. Maguire's been brilliant. Pickford, Kane, and you love them all as England players, and that's the amazing thing.
Sterling's in here.
They've dealt with it. But Minnie Morner says it's the first England team that actually comes across as a team and not a bunch of rivals, at least in my lifetime. Again, really good comment, nail on the head, absolutely spot on. And that's it. And again, that's down to the players in Southgate again, because that, again, is not, like Minnie Morner says, that's not normal. I know loads of United fans who can't stand England. Here we go! He's onside!
Good.
You bloody idiot!
How'd you miss
Sterling? Get him off, Sterling. 1-on-1. No, he is offside. He is offside.
Oh, thank God for that.
Thank God for Sterling he was offside, because that looked offside. We played it on.
Oh.
Was he offside?
So, mate. I think he was, yeah, but even so.
Yeah, he was offside.
Yeah. Even so. I mean, he didn't know he was offside, but come on, Sterling.
You've got to put it
burying
away.
That.
Absolutely.
Should be burying that. Well, he's not done anything yet.
I think his position, no matter what, if England go through, I think his position's going to be under scrutiny, because it just doesn't work for me, Sterling there.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I think, like you said earlier, Dele Alli and Lingard behind, two natural right footers, and then you got Henderson in between them. I can't shake, the thought of not having a natural lefty in this side.
Yeah.
Whether it's, at the left wing back side or in the midfield, I do think Danny Rose should be in there instead of Ashley Young.
Here's the ball over the top.
Sterling.
Oh, again, 1-on-1.
Done it again.
Lay him up. Come on. Too many bloody touches. Too many touches, you greedy git. Too many touches. He takes too many touches. Why didn't he play somebody in there? Get him off. He's so selfish.
Harry Kane was waiting there, open, and he had his arms down, saying, give it. It was an open goal because the goalie was out.
Selfish. Oh, for God's sake. He is a selfish shit.
Oh, what a chance that was, Sterling.
That's your place in the semi-final. They ain't coming back from 2-0. What a fool. What an absolute fool. Ball over the top. He's through 1-on-1. Well, we might score from the corner, hopefully. But he is. A lot of people have been saying in the live comments that he's selfish.
That ball, Mark, was from Henderson as well.
Nothing's going to happen from the corner here.
I mean, look. Someone's being held there. Virtually man-hugged. That's
a lovely ball by Lee. Get in. Oh. Well, we're nearly at half-time here, but England pushing for a second. Lovely ball into Sterling. Cut back. Twice. Corner. Come on, quick. We're going to run out of time here. Yeah, but that Sterling miss. Through 1-on-1. Misses, and then he's got an opportunity to put it into Harry Kane's stride and holds on to it. I don't get that. I mean, because he does so well for Man City, you'd think he'd know how to pass. He holds on to the ball too long.
Yeah, very, very poor decision making from Sterling. He's not had a good half from an England ball. Unlucky Maguire going up again. Definitely not had a good half.
We're nearly on half time here. That's it then.
That's it. It's half time, boys and girls.
1-0 at half time. Then let's have a quick look. I was going to do this in the game, but we can do it. We can do it now. I think. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, so half time. It's come down a little bit, as you can see there. 59% possession for England, 41% for Sweden. It was up to 80 in the first 5 minutes. But look at that. 5 shots for England to Sweden's 1. Shots on target, obviously 1-0. Shots off target, 2-1. Block shots, 2-0. England, statistically, absolutely dominating there. And the passes-wise, Sweden have come into it a little bit more, but way ahead from England. And let me just have a look at the details here, because this is the graph. This is the graph you need to take a look at here. So when it's dropping down in the blues there, that means England are really putting on a high pressure. And look at Sweden. If the blues are hitting the edge of the graph here, or the greens are hitting the edge of the graph there, that means high pressure. Look at Sweden across 45 minutes. There's little bits of green, but that's not high pressure. Look at England. Real lots of pressure, and again at the end of the half. So I think that's the SofaScore app. Download it. That's night mode, and you can get all your statistics on there, and I'll show you some heat maps in a minute. But we're good for the 1-0, Marcus. We should be 2-0.
Well, yeah, we should definitely be 2-0. I mean, Sterling there, it's lack of decision making. He should have at least got a shot off there and tested that goalie instead of just taking too long. He wants too long on the ball, that lad. So I think probably 55, 60 minutes, take him off. Get Loftus-Cheek in there maybe. Rashford. But yeah, it should be 2-0. But we're good for the 1-0 lead. Like you said there, Sweden haven't done nothing. They crept into the game a bit more with their possession. But it's nothing threatening. It's nothing for us to worry about.
No, I'm actually really happy that we're 1-0 up, because again, I think England in this tournament are just doing things that England don't normally do. I think we'd normally, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, because you've been watching them for many years like me, we'd normally be going in at 0-0, wouldn't we? Saying, we've probably been the better team, but we need to do a little bit more in the second half. And one thing about this England team is they're doing things that England don't normally do. They're actually getting the goals when you've got that little bit of an advantage, and that's important. I mean, second, we should be 2-0 up, but we've got to be greedy. I actually always advocate being greedy. Actually, I think it's a good thing to be greedy. And I'm not gonna go to town with Sterling too much, because he should have done better there. It should have been 2-0. But what I would say is we were already saying it anyway in the first half, that even in positions where we weren't going to score, we had Sterling with the ball, and he just holds on to the ball too much. And I'm not a Man City fan, far from it, but I know we do have a couple of Man City fans in the comments. I'd be interested to see what people's theory is on Sterling. He just seems to hold on to the ball for too long. Man United FTW says Sterling can run and that's about it. Get a proper player like Rashford into this game and we can open it up. Sterling is scaring the Sweden defence massively, says Tom Austin. And we need to get another and kill this game, says Zane Scope. And Sterling needs to come off, says Matt Davies. Maguire is far better than Smalling or Jones, says Jesse. I think you've just stated the obvious. And Rashford on, please. A lot of people saying Rashford on. Sterling's his boy, isn't it? He seems to like Sterling a lot, but they're just showing it back again on the BBC here. The takedown's good. He tries to go over past the keeper, that's fine. But it's that pass there.
Yeah.
It's the extra touch to try and be selfish. Just lay it off to Harry Kane, and you take away that's it there.
Yeah, Harry Kane's there waiting for it. I mean, even if he doesn't see Harry Kane and he's looking across the line, Dele Alli's free at the back. You know, maybe it wouldn't have got to him if he'd gone high.
It's the definition of when you're a kid and you're playing football, and you know there's always the ball hogger, and he's the ball hogger there. You know, he can lay it off to someone who can get a good shot away, and he thinks, no, I'm going to try and get the glory. His chance for glory had gone because the keeper made a good stop. Lay it off. No, all in all, 1-0's good. Marcus, I think, 1-0.
It is good. Yeah, it is definitely good. You know, the confidence rises now. You go in at half time, 1-0 up, and Sweden, their half time team talk is gonna be right. Okay, we've got no choice now, but we've got 45 minutes to go out and attack them. We got to go and play now. We can't sit back. The only thing for me would be that hopefully Gareth doesn't make that stupid change like he did against Colombia. You know, where he goes a bit all negative, doesn't he, with his defensive changes, and you just think, if Sweden nick an equaliser, then it's extra time, and we could possibly have blown our chance.
Wilf says Sterling is seeking redemption by scoring himself. He's blind to the assist. He does seem to be blind to the assist. Jay Hart says Sterling has too many touches, all loses the ball. Lingard can't get to the ball. Kane's getting no service. Lucky to be 1-0 up. I would challenge that. I don't think England are lucky to be 1-0 up.
I don't think it's lucky.
No, I think it's just a very tight game, which I expected against Sweden. It's probably quite a boring game to watch if you're not engaged in it. I mean, we are engaged with it because we're England fans and Sweden fans and people who want England to lose. But if you're watching it just as a total neutral, it's probably not a great game. But I'd have to argue that on the balance of play, England deserves to be 1-0 up in a game that's not been that entertaining because Sweden have created nothing. England have created chances. I wouldn't say we're lucky to be 1-0 up, but I do agree. Lingard is almost invisible, as is Dele Alli, and Harry Kane hasn't had any service. And yet again, it's another England goal from a set piece. But if Sterling puts that chance away, it's open play and it's 2-0.
Yeah, it is, most definitely. I mean, we have, like you said there, we've created the better chances. Obviously, Sweden's only had the one chance. And they're just pointing out on the TV here, like the first time ball's in from Kyle Walker, he's taking his time, and by the time he comes in the game, didn't we? Yeah. By the time he comes in, they're all back in position and they're ready for it. So Sweden have got to come out now. It's
amazing how fans see exactly what experts see, isn't it? We were actually talking about that. Kyle Walker's reluctance to put the ball in quickly, and it's now a topic point for Alan Shearer and Gary Lineker. But I'm a massive fan of fan opinion. It's as good as any of that shit. But I've never seen an outfield player so poor at finishing, says Sterling, says Chad. He's actually good at finishing in a Man City shirt. Shame we can't get the old retro Italia 90 light blue kit out because he'd probably start scoring. Matt Willis says can't see Sweden scoring. They're a rubbish play like Ireland or Scotland. The issue with that, Marcus, is we said the same against Colombia, didn't we? They didn't get a corner until stoppage time, and they scored from
That's it. Yeah, they scored with their first set. The first corner of the game, didn't they, for them?
Yeah.
And it was such a deflating. So deflating is like a right kick in the guts, wasn't it? So hopefully Gareth's learned coming into this game. Thankfully Vardy's. I shouldn't have said that, but Vardy's injured, so he can't make that change. The attacking option is obviously Rashford and Sterling to come off. Loftus-Cheek, you'd imagine, to maybe come on and get 20 minutes. But if he shuts up shop, the first one that's coming on is Eric Dyer.
Stuart Collins, who's a Liverpool fan, says Sterling was never good enough to play for us. Apparently Liverpool are playing a pre-season friendly at the same time as England here, so no interest. But somebody did ask me, from a Manchester United fan, I'm pretty sure, they said, can you check on Victor Lindelof's stats in that half? So he's not the best player on the pitch for Sweden. His partner is Granqvist, but if I click on him, there's his heat map. So he's around that right-hand side, middle of the pitch. He's made 1 tackle. He's played for 47 minutes like everybody else. He's won 1 duel. His accurate passes are 91.3%. And, not a load of stats from him. No blocks, no interceptions. But from England's point of view, our best player on the pitch, according to the SofaScore, is Ashley... Is that a 7.0 or is it a 7 It's Harry Maguire, 7.3.
Yeah.
But Trippier, Young, Harry Maguire getting the plaudits, which is probably about right, because Ashley Young did provide the assist, and Trippier, when he's got forward.
What's Henderson's stats on there? Because he's been all over the place for me in that first half.
So heat map, he's very much the left side of midfield, which is interesting. He has 21 passes, which is quite a lot to play in a half, 72.4%. He's played 4 long balls, of which 3 have been accurate, one of which was that pass to Sterling. He's won 2 out of his 4 duels. He's made 3 interceptions. So that's not bad stats at all. And he's
that's pretty decent.
6.9, which 6 is average, so he's doing well. You can download the SofaScore app. Link is in the video description for that. It's free to download. SofaScore have linked up with us for this World Cup watch along, so we are using it a lot. But I do use it. People from the United stand will know I use it a lot for the heat maps, especially when I'm analysing Manchester United tactics, especially that whole Sanchez coming into Pogba's position. The heat maps really do identify that. But it's got all your football news, all your stats, everything. Link in the video description. Download it, and as I just showed you there, they've got night mode as well now, which is the black background, so you can really see it. When your missus or boyfriend is asleep next to you, you can get on your phone in night mode and have a good half an hour looking at football stuff. So get it downloaded. But we're 1-0 up. We're halfway to the score that me and you predicted, Marcus.
Yep.
No reason to be concerned at the moment. I think we sort of touched on it a little bit there. We both predicted 2-0. I'd like that 2-0 because no matter what happens, if the game continues the same, in the 90th minute, they'll push everything forward like Colombia did, and then you could get a goal. Yeah,
definitely. Like you, I'm quite comfortable with what I've seen so far. 1-0, good going at half time. But obviously we all want 2-0, and hopefully the game is done and dusted by then. Just get the second goal, play exactly the same as what we've done in the first half, because Sweden have had nothing really inside our penalty box. They've had one ball across the box and a long shot that was well over the bar. I'll just play exactly how they're playing. Hopefully Sterling, though, can run at them. I think that's what we want. We want Sterling to run at them, to worry. His pace should be worrying that Swedish back line. And hopefully that will create the space for Harry Kane then for a layoff or something like that to nick the second.
DJ Dale says Lindelof's played well, and come on England, says Salim. Henderson is trash, says Kamsi, and Henderson playing good, says Joel Robinson. SofaScore is brilliant, says Paul H. Where you can download it, link in the video. It's a really good app, just download it, you won't be disappointed. Camilio has made a contribution, thanks for that. He says RS has been England's most effective player, why moan? You're not the only person to say that. I did see somebody say, I'm a Manchester United fan and Sterling's been really good, but his pace is worrying Sweden, says Tom Austin. Red Wazzy says Sterling is so bad in front of goal. You know what, in fairness to Sterling, because we are all England fans here, and we did speak about that. Well, not all England fans, but we are, me and Marcus. We don't want to be hating on players here. It's a bubble, it's a World Cup, it'll be over in 2 weeks' time. So it's not like supporting your club where somebody's a bad player and whatever, you've got an agenda against them. I don't want to be bad on Sterling, but I think he is scaring Sweden with his pace. But I think also it'd be wrong not to highlight some of the mistakes he's made in that half, because we should be 2-0 up.
We should be, yeah, but I think going back to Sterling, I think he's coming too deep. He's coming too deep looking for the ball. He needs to be an extra 5 or 10 yards further forward, get that ball into him so he can run at him. He shouldn't be coming to the centre circle looking for the ball. there should be Henderson there trying to get the ball to him and run at him, and hopefully that pushes them back, and the pace will worry him.
Just remind everybody, we've done every single World Cup game as a watch-along like this, and it's been a marathon, not a sprint, but they've all been good. We've had some cracking games. Hopefully, from my point of view, England are going to win, because we have got Croatia-Russia for you at 7 o'clock tonight, and what a lovely position that would be in, Marcus, to be sitting back watching that game, beard up, which we will be, thinking... just having a few more beers, thinking, who are we playing on Wednesday night? We're 45 minutes away from that, and look, it could be a big custard pie in the face, but if we do this and we are sat watching that game tonight, that's massive. It's a massive opportunity.
It is massive. Yeah, it's been
a World Cup semi-final is people might not understand it, but it's absolutely huge.
It would be a fantastic feeling, like you said, to just sit in a beer garden.
I thought that was Southgate in the crowd there.
Sat in a beer garden, sat in your home, watching the game, thinking, okay, the preference would probably be Russia, but if it's Croatia, so be it. Bring it on. We've England have, let's say, put all the doubters in their place. The press have given us no chance, really. They always say
I give them no chance. I can't criticise those people.
Yeah, I know.
But in many ways, they've turned me from somebody who's like, this is the worst World Cup squad ever. Southgate's not an England manager. I've always said I'll accept when I'm wrong, which is very rare, but I will. And I am wrong, and I'm more than happy to be wrong. I think people think, oh, you're negative. Whether it's I do the United stand with Manchester United, or whether it's That's Football, which is about football, and people say, oh, you're really negative. But a lot of that negativity, you get proved right. All you want to do is get proved wrong, and I'm happy to be proved wrong.
Yeah. But I think, I don't think it helps when, I'm not saying that you are negative all the time, but I don't think it helps, when people are negative and it sort of like spreads the negativity, through different channels and stuff like that. I'm not slating you or anything, but that's why I try and be positive, trying to be upbeat mood.
Well, you're a half glass full person, aren't you? And I think you're normally wrong, but
no,
I'm only joking,
but
you know what I mean. It's like from an England point of view, I don't think anybody predicted that we were going to do as well as this. And before you came on the show, the second half's kicked off. Actually, I need to do the timer is running. I've not clicked it, but a lot of people are like, I can't wait for England to get knocked out by Sweden. You're all going to be drowning your sorrows tonight. And I said, you know what? We would all be disappointed.
Yeah. But
we wouldn't be like Southgate disappointed. We wouldn't be, oh, they're a bloody embarrassment disappointed. We'd be like, they let us dream for a few weeks. They've a quarter final. If we'd been offered that, we would have took it. I mean, Sweden is a game that you'd feel, what an opportunity that is. And there would be that disappointment, but it would also be, what a save by Pickford.
Oh, great
See, that's the weakness of Ashley Young as left back there.
Yeah.
He's absolutely all over him. Cross too high for Maguire, and the number 9 for Sweden's up against Ashley Young, which is a total mismatch. And he nods it down, and I think Pickford, he definitely makes a save. I don't know how good the save was. Strong by Maguire there, but that's Sweden working an opportunity.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's England.
Save.
They haven't. Yeah, great save. England don't seem to have come out of the blocks yet. Gareth needs to get on the touchline here and say to him, come on, concentration again. But I mean, Ashley Young.
Too small.
Jumped. Yeah, he's gone up a bit late as well for me. Should have jumped a little bit earlier. But great save from Pickford. Great save. Right.
He's too small. I mean, I've seen that with United as well. Every now and again, you can work an opportunity where you can get it onto the back stick, and it really is like a 10-year-old boy against the man. He's just not. He's so small. I
mean, not just is it a great save, but it's a strong left hand as well. Get it out of danger. So, fantastic, brilliant save. His first real test, and he's come up trumps.
Electric Mars says there's a lot of empty seats. Really weird that is, and I'm just going to mention that because England are sort of in their own half with the ball at the moment. I saw this morning. You would never, ever, ever have England in a World Cup final, a quarter-final, with empty seats. But the way that they've done the seats in this World Cup is that they didn't get released. The extra seats don't get released till quite late. Samara, which is where the Samara Stadium where it is a little bit remote. And I just don't think loads of England fans have gone out there for it yet. I think they will do for the semi-finals. Apparently there's a lot of Germans there because if Germany had won the group and done what they expected, then Germany would have been playing this quarter-final. Obviously Sweden won the group. So, yeah, I think there are quite a lot of empty seats. And it's weird. I don't know. I don't really understand it. Why there's well, they're all out now, the South American teams, but there's been loads of South American support for every South American team. But it's not been replicated by the Europeans, but I'm sure if England get to the semi-final, we'll see a lot. And Sweden's not got a massive population anyway, so.
No, I think as well. A couple of people said that England would have about 3,500 fans there today. So I mean, that's not an awful lot.
No.
For an away game, not at all.
It is a bit weird though, because England normally do take a lot of fans everywhere, but maybe
they do. Yeah.
Maybe the bad press about Russia as well.
It could be, yeah.
It was £400 a ticket, says Adam Wynn in the group stages, so that might have something to do with it as well. But Sweden are going to come out in this second half, as you would expect.
Yeah, great tracking by Lingard there, but it's gone out for a Sweden throw.
I think Lingard needs to step it up a bit in this half.
Yes, Dele Alli as well for me. So Sweden through here, great tracking back by Walker. Well done. I think that's something our centre backs have got over the Swedish centre forwards is the pace. You know, Kyle Walker there was absolutely bombing back to get back in there and got the ball. England just need to settle this down now. Carry on what they were doing in the first half. Control the tempo. You know, the onus now is on Sweden to come out and get the ball and try and get back into the game. Stuart Collins says Henderson has been class. I think he's done all right actually this game. Yeah, I think he's been really good.
I agree. I think Lingard and Ali have been bypassed a lot. We've played a lot of long balls, but they need to demand the ball. I mean, they're two players there. That's two players is quite a lot of an 11-man team, and I think both of them have been pretty quiet. And they need to they're putting a lot of work in, but they need to sort of be shouting at everyone else and saying, look, we're on this pitch, users.
Yeah. Gronquist has gone down there in centre circle. Free kick, taken quickly.
Unstop says, if England go out the World Cup, who are you going to support? I don't think I'd support. We're not going to go out.
No, we're not going out. That's right, Mark.
Although Sweden have started quite well in this half. I mean, they've created that clear-cut chance that we said they hadn't done in the first half, and they did that in the first 5 minutes of this. So it worries me a bit when they've got the ball in this position, though. When they're crossing from Trippier's side towards that back post of Young, it's that
Forsberg lad that's creating a bit of trouble on our left.
It was a cracking save by Pickford.
That was, yeah.
It was a good eye for him, but it was a good save as well.
Strong hand to get it away from danger as well.
Yeah. Again, I mean, that's people who aren't English won't get this, but that really would be Joe Hart in goal, because that's what we've done for 20 years. Pick people on experience, and it's a massive mistake we've made over the years. And to have a player like that who's only been at Everton a year.
Yeah, he's come a long way.
Or some guys liking the positivity. Well, I said 2-0 England. The thing is, England ain't got to push it though. Sweden are going to push it at some point. Use it on the. I mean, I think this game's primed for Rashford to come on and.
It is, yeah, but I don't think it'll be anytime soon. I think when probably the last 10-15 minutes when Sweden are going all out for it, then stick him on and let him just go at the defenders and see what happens. But
we were talking about this last night though with the Belgium-Brazil game, and it's like Lukaku's on 4 goals, and he's been on 4 goals for quite a while now. And we're talking about the Golden Boot, and obviously Harry Kane's leading that goal at the moment, but he's not. He hasn't had a chance in nearly 60 minutes, and Lukaku didn't really get a chance last night because it matters a lot, doesn't it? So these games are always going to be nip and tuck, and Sweden. I saw some people at half time having a pop at Sweden, and I think it's a bit unfair, really, because they are what they are. They're not blessed with millions of talent. They don't have a Premier League in their country that everybody watches, but they are efficient. Harry Maguire back post and over the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on.
No, it's on.
Oh God, I thought we'd gone for a corner then.
Oh.
Trippier.
So that's our ball, ref. Never. That came off Sweden.
Connie N says Sweden lack a goal scorer. I think so many teams are quite decent in this World Cup, but they lack a number 9. England and Belgium are very lucky that they've got number 9s that are, you stick a Harry Kane in a Croatia team or a Lukaku in a Serbia team, and I think they would have been better. Here's Henderson, though, Marcus's man. Put Sterling in down the right.
Right, come on, Sterling. Got to be a decent ball across.
No, you actually needed to wait a little bit there because we only had one man in the box. When you want him to be quick, he's slow. When you want him to be slow, he's quick.
Oh dear.
I didn't see anyone in the live comments. I really like this referee. He was definitely. I've seen him in a game in the knockout stage where he was fantastic. If anyone knows what games he's refereed in this World Cup, please put it in the live comments because I really like this referee. I think he, or the one from last night in the Belgium-Brazil game who needs a wig, either him or that one should be the final referee. I think they've been really good.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not like that. If anyone watches the United Stand, we do loads, don't we, Marcus? And it's like we very rarely speak positively about referees. So to be saying that is a big thing.
But like you said, this referee and the ref from last night. I thought the ref from last night had a fantastic game, especially with Neymar's antics.
Yeah.
Very strong referee. Didn't get fouled for anything. So fantastic job.
Whereas that referee for the Colombia game, I know the Colombians are moaning about it, but I actually thought from an England point of view, even though we went through, he was atrocious. He was really weak.
Yeah. There should have been quite a few yellow cards handed out in that game, but they never came. A couple of penalties maybe that should have been given, but England coming forward now with Kane, ball across.
Now, quick, to Young. Too many touches again.
He's doing it again. Crap ball.
He always has to take a touch. It amazes me because he plays for Pep Guardiola, Yeah. He takes so many touches on the ball. Get this second goal. England get the second goal, it's game over.
Yeah, they're making hard work of this.
Lingard. Corner, we'll have that.
Yeah, that'll do.
Two.
We'll have that.
Hello, Mark Goldbridge, says Daryl. Hello, Daryl Brennan.
Let's have a look. 300 says the last ref yesterday was an absolute legend. He sent Neymar packing home. It was really good. It was really good performance by that referee yesterday. Really good. He didn't fall for anything.
Maguire says, sorry, not Maguire. Archie says Maguire reminds him of Tony Adams, which as somebody old enough to remember Tony Adams, one, that's a real compliment, and two, you're not far off. You're not far off.
Yeah. Tony Adams in his day was very dominant, wasn't he? Leader and voice.
As a United fan, I don't like to say it, but I'll always appreciate people who are good. Cross coming in there. England always seem to generate something from corners, don't they? Whether it's people going down or...
Yeah. United could learn a thing or two from this, I think.
I think we'll have to arrange a meet-up, Marcus, after this World Cup and have a few beers.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, definitely. You're only a couple of hours from me.
Harry Kane into the box.
All right, come on, England.
Let's get that second
back at Ashley Young.
Good play.
Take him on. That's it. Go on.
I can feel a goal coming. Henderson.
Yeah. Oh. See, I like that ball into the box that Henderson's done there. A good whipped in natural.
Ali.
Young's cut.
Lingard. Hit it. Trippier. Here we go.
Go on.
Oh, he couldn't get it in quick enough because it had spin on the ball. See, that's a good cross by Lingard. That's it. Get in! 2-0! I told you there was a goal coming. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Come on! Get in there. Lingard puts the cross in that Walker refused so many times. And Ali's there on the back post. And we said, didn't we? We said it. Goal and assist. Oh, beautiful. We're coming home. It's coming home. We're going to the semis anyway. 2-0. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely.
That's it. But, when... it's not over yet. There's still half hour, so let's keep it going.
Marcus, I'm going to now be half full. It's over. We're going to the semi-finals. We're going to win this game. And I love that because they've had such a quiet half. And I literally tweeted off the United Stand account this 10 minutes ago. Ali and Lingard need to step up in this half. Being bypassed too much. Assist and goal.
I was quite critical of Ali and Lingard in the first half, but they come up trumps. They come up trumps the second half.
I love that from Lingard, though, because it was exactly what we've not been doing with Sterling and Kyle Walker. Taking a touch straight in. And what happens when you put a ball in quick? The defence can't sort themselves out. If Lingard takes a touch there, I mean, this is a great lesson for people who don't know anything about football or you want to get into tactics. The reason we were moaning about Kyle Walker in the first half is every time he was getting that opportunity, he was taking a touch. Well, that's 2 seconds as a defender to have a quick look and get yourself in position. Lingard doesn't take a touch, whips it straight in. You've lost that opportunity to look where everyone is and get yourself in position. You can't do it. And then Ali's free. And that's simple football. And at the highest level, Lingard's got it. And Kyle Walker, who's been good in this game, should have been doing that in the first half. So we're going through, mates.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Could be a third here. Lingard's on it. Harry Kane going out to the left. Ashley Young. This is good from England. They're not resting on it like they did with Colombia.
A goal from open play as well.
They want, that was a dangerous ball in by Ali, but it's cleared. Henderson's picked it up, out to Trippier. Back to Walker. Bit of a bad, dodgy pass, but...
I'll tell you what I'm getting scared of.
What's that?
Expectations are going through the bloody roof. I can hear it now.
Yeah, but this is what we want.
My brother's got no interest in football at all. And I know he's watching they're having a family barbecue today, and we couldn't go anyway because he was doing this, but also because of another family commitment. But he don't even like football, and he's messaging me about it. And expectations are going to go through the roof, which is great. But we said about this before the game, didn't we? We said this game, let's not have penalties, let's not have a lucky goal, let's go and beat a team that a lot of people think are good, convincingly, and that's all you can get out. And you can't argue. You can't argue with England in this game.
Gareth Southgate seems to have done wonders to this team. It's almost as if he's got them back to basics.
Oh, Sweden! What a save, Pickford!
Great save.
What a
Pickford,
block!
Get it away.
Oh, God. It should be 2-1. We've not got it away yet. This goalkeeper is world class. Pickford is world class as well.
What a save from Pickford. I mean, he did the save when it was 1-0. He's done the save there. Oh.
He's made 2 in this half. This is a great save. He's just gone to pass it in the bottom corner.
Yeah, he's waited till the last minute there. Plus, he's had a player in front of him as well, so he could have been a bit undersighted by it. Great save by Pickford. Fantastic.
Every other World Cup watch-along, I would have said, it's a shame Sweden didn't score there because it would have made it a great last 20 minutes. But no, we won't. We're not going to say that. We don't want any of that. Cracking save by Pickford, and I remember him being linked to United last summer, and I don't think he's the sort of signing a United or a Man City would make because it's too much of a leap of faith. But he's again bit like Harry Maguire. Leicester, Everton. With all due respect, I think they'll be looking at both of them. Will be thinking, I can go to that next level, which is great.
Again, just watching that back just now. Pickford, he gets down, he saves to his right hand side. And then the first body in front of him is Henderson blocking the second shot. So, fantastic organisation.
The team mentality in that squad, which we know for a fact, because Ferdinand and everyone else has said about the divides.
Yeah.
I mean, they might not be of the standard of a Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes, Ferdinand, Neville, whatever. But if you've got unity and you've got that desire, this is why teams like Sweden and Iceland do well. Not because they've got good players, but because they've got team unity. And England have done that. You know, I still stand by. This is probably one of the worst England squads I've ever seen for a major tournament. But you can't. When everyone's on the same page, it doesn't really matter.
It's a fantastic mentality. They've got fantastic young team ethic they've got in there. They're so united, this England team. You know, they really want to work for each other. They work for each other off the ball. It's absolutely fantastic. The team's spirit is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. They all trust each other with the ball. They're all confident, playing it out from the back. You know, if there is a weakness in here at the minute, it's probably the fact that they just lose concentration at the most silliest moments.
Some managers suit international football. Joachim Low at Germany, and I think Southgate suits international football. You know, get people together, short period of time. And he's done fantastically well. Yeah,
he has. I mean, like you said, he wasn't brilliant at Middlesbrough. You know, he got the job done and had a semi-decent playing career as well. But he's got the experience of what it's like. He's got the experience of knowing what it's like, you know, playing against Sweden, being beaten on penalties. He knows what the heartache feels. He knows how the nation feels. So, you know, he's driving his players away from that. You know, just think positively. Just think that you can go out and win this game. Harry Kane could be, Sterling's got it. Go on, Sterling, go for a third.
I'll tell you what, I feel absolutely well on the way to being hammered, and I just name the pub in the live comments and I'll be there. Fuck it, let's just fucking we'll just have a big bender. Doesn't matter. I'll be there. Mate, give me 2 hours after this game.
If you was doing it tomorrow, because I've got a free day tomorrow. If you was doing it tomorrow, I would have met you there. But I mean, this is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean,
it's just good. It's just good. And I know there's people who want England to lose. Look, I was the same boat in the Champions League final. I wanted Liverpool to lose, so I get that. I totally get it. I've got no problem with that. That's what football's all about. But when it goes your way, football's amazing.
Oh.
Here we go. Maguire. Come on. You're rubbish. Send him back to Leicester.
Get him off.
Chance on the back post, volleys it over the bar, but we can live with it at 2-0. But the other thing I was going to say is that Jamie was saying it's coming home. I don't care what anybody says. It's not. Marcus will say it's coming home. I won't, because I'll still be a realist. But we're definitely going to win this game. But this, again, is not England. It's not England. And I know it is England, but it's not England because we're not 2-0 up in a quarter-final coasting.
No,
we're not.
No.
We don't do it like this. But we've done it throughout this tournament. Panama, we blasted them 6-1, didn't we? England don't do that. Tunisia, we should have won the game. Oh, we're not going to win it. Last minute winner. We did it. You know, Colombia, we won on penalties. We're doing things we don't do. England in a quarter-final don't cruise through 2-0. We've only won 2 quarter-finals in the World Cup. I can't remember what we did in '66 in the quarter-final because I wasn't even born. But I remember Cameroon in 1990, extra bloody time. We were 2-1 down at one point. Everyone was like, oh, we're going to beat Cameroon. That's a bye to the semi-finals. We nearly bloody went out. So here we are, 66 minutes. I think it was. 66, that means we're going to win it. Because I've just said this in the 66th minute. But 66 minutes against Sweden, which we knew would be a tough game. 2-0 up, no one can lie that we don't deserve to be 2-0 up. And that is just not what England do.
I mean, Antoine has just said it there, that Mark, this could be the new England. It could. This is going to be the England for the next, for the Euros and probably the next World Cup as well.
I want us to win the semi-final. Of course I want us to win the semi-final. But I'll tell you now, if England go out in the semi-finals, as long as we don't get absolutely annihilated 4 or 5-0, like Brazil did in 2014, you'll never forget the 2018 World Cup. If you're aged between 10 and 30 and you never experienced Italia 90 or Euro 96, I'll guarantee you now, enjoy every bloody second of this and the next few days, because England in a World Cup final doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. So enjoy it, and you'll never forget this World Cup.
Sterling's onside.
Ali.
Cross the tape. Oh, come on.
Matthew McFadden says, I know judging World Cup performance is very risky, but I'd take Harry Hard, Brexit, Maguire and his massive forehead at United. Absolutely rock of a centre-back. And that's from someone who wants England to lose. It's funny though, I'm going to watch that second goal back because I think it was not many seconds after we said we sensed the goal coming in that we got it.
Yep. And like I say, it was a great ball in by Lingard and Ali. We needed them to step up in the second half. They were very quite invisible in the first half. I thought, they just weren't there. They weren't seem to be playing right. The balls were sloppy, but the second half they come up trumps.
England. Mark Young says, I'm trying to get behind England and like England, but I just can't. You're obviously not English, so let us know in the live comments. I'm just going to pop for a quick toilet break, which after 5 bottles is quite good in the 68th minute, but I'll leave Marcus for a moment.
Yeah, no worries. So England got it on the halfway line here, just playing it nice and casual at the minute. Ball over the top from Henderson, goes nowhere and it's out for a goal kick. So John says Croatia will beat England. The football dudes, let's go England. Abel Hernandez, another goal here. I think another goal will be coming. Yeah, definitely. Antoine Lindelof going home, but England going through. Yay. Croatia will be beaten by Russia, says Kadem. That'll be interesting if they are. Big boy Bin Dipper says Little Miss Nintendo fan. AJ's got my name with a heart. Thanks. No Zlatan, no fun from Garcia. I mean, what are we thinking now? I mean, is the confidence coming through all the England fans in the comments now? Do you actually believe that this team can go on and win it now? Because I thought there was something special about this team before the tournament. It was just no egos. It's a very down-to-earth team, very workmanlike team, and they were, I think, about like 16 or 18-1 outsiders to win the tournament. I think they get through this. They'll probably end up being the favourites to win it myself, but only time will tell. High chair. Jay Hart, go free loins, mate. That's it. Up the loins. So my loins are getting a bit sweaty at the minute. Martin Sheridan can only win on pens. Alec Dukas, the World Cup was amazing. TNM Yaks, we believe, don't want to jinx it. Listen, there's nothing wrong with dreaming.
Oh my God, Sweden! Over the bar! Or was it a save? It was a bloody save.
I think Pickford again, put his fingers to it, yeah. Yeah, Pickford's having a go at him. That's it, boy. Tell him.
Oh, England have not been stunning, have they?
I mean, second half defensively, they've been very casual, but
it's tournament football from England. To be fair, they've played tournament football all the way through. It's not been dominant or anything like that. It's just been every single game exactly what you need to do. Just doing what's in front of you.
Yeah. So Maguire's been pulled down in the box. And it's a free kick to England.
I tell you what, I'm going to have to keep wearing this top. I don't even know whether... I'm not going to wash it either. I'm going to stay really superstitious. But this World Cup top, a lot of people say I really like it. It's 2002 official England top. It's not one of those tops you can get that you don't get the ombre bit on it. So England 2002 this is, which ironically was the game I was talking about before the game, where we played Brazil in the quarterfinals. I was up at 7 a.m. because it was a 7 a.m. kickoff because it was in Japan. I've been on the beer since 6 a.m. and being drunk on I think it was a Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. and you're out the World Cup. That's a weird thing when you've taken a day off work and it's 9 a.m. and you're absolutely hammered and you're out the World Cup. But England had 45 minutes against Brazil. And 45 minutes against Brazil, 2-1 down, 10 men. Ronaldinho had been sent off and they did nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember that being really disappointed about it. And here we are. And I'm going to keep pumping this until people really grasp it. We're going into a World Cup semi-final. It's massive. It's so big. It's so big.
It is. It's absolutely huge. It's almost, well, it is, isn't it? It's historic for the country.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing. I want everybody to understand it because as I said, I'm nearly 40 and we've done it once in my life. And that was probably the most memorable game of my life as an England fan. England-Germany was just unbelievable. And we're going to play another World Cup semi-final. It's a massive, massive thing to do.
We're nearly on the 74th minute coming up. So just over 15 minutes to go. England
it's not
looking
over
quite
yet,
comfortable.
is it? Because they've had chances.
No, yeah, they have had chances. But I think that's only, they've had chances because the defence just, a bit of concentration lapse. It's been, they've had the chance from our mistakes playing it out. So I think providing the concentration levels are up, I mean, he got another chance here. No, Maguire's in there, got the ball. Well done. Fantastic tackle. Get up, mate. You got the ball.
Thanks everybody who's been tuning in today as well. And please do make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're doing every World Cup game as a watch-along. That's Football is the channel for all football fans, no matter who you support, no matter what. Get involved. I know a lot of you want England to lose, but you're going to have to sit down. And we will be doing Russia-Croatia at 7 o'clock to see who England are going to play, hopefully. So that's going to be interesting because I'm on beer number 5 now. And I won't stop before 7 o'clock. So that's going to be a cracking one. Thankfully, Xander's leading it, but I am on audio, so that'll be good. And I've still got the United stand at 9, so it's going to be interesting. But you only live once, and Wales got to a Euro semi-final, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Look, when we do England on semi-final day on Wednesday, of course I want us to win it, and what an opportunity it is. But if they go out in the semi-finals, I'll still be massively proud of this team because they've exceeded expectations massively. And they've won a game in open play here. They've beaten a decent team who nearly beat Germany, who annihilated Mexico, who deserved to beat Switzerland, who got here by knocking Italy out.
So Ali's coming off. I think it's Fabian Delph coming on.
Oh, God. You see, this is the problem.
Right, this is...
defensive again.
Yeah, but, I mean, Fabian Delph, he's probably got him in there he's a natural left footer, isn't he? Yeah, so a bit more of a balance to the midfield. Well, that front of Lingard and Dele Alli. But just seeing the goal back from Dele Alli, fantastic goal. I think the Swedish players were moaning that it was offside, but no, he's not offside.
It's just a quick cross by Lingard.
Yeah.
Big D says, what if we lose in the final? Look, Mark thinks we're going to win it, and you've got every right to think we're going to win it. I'm realistic. I don't think England are going to win this World Cup. I don't. But I didn't think we were going to get to the semi-finals. So, I didn't think we were going to get out of the group. When it comes to England, I might know what I'm on about with Manchester United, but when it comes to England, I can tell you things like Manchester United will never win a league title with Fellaini and Ashley Young in it. But with England, I can't tell you we're not going to win a World Cup with the team that we've got, because I just don't know. I think that they are defying the odds, really. And here we are in a World Cup quarter-finals with 14 minutes to go, and we're comfortable.
What a ball by Delph there, straight to Harry Kane. See, that's what he missed across the face. Oh, Sterling was close, but it's away by Sweden. But he fell over there, Olsen. Get up. But fantastic ball in from Delph there with that natural left foot of his. Trippier with a lovely ball across the face of goal as well. Let's have a look at the comments. Tom Austin says only 10,000 the whole match. Oh, that's pretty cool. There was more than 10 in the first 10 minutes against Colombia, wasn't there? Sebastian Douglas says, sorry, I know I shouldn't say this, but I want to slap Sterling. You're probably not the only one. John says Croatia will test England.
There's
Croatia's got to get
Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden come forward. Walker's across.
By Walker.
Yeah. Trippier got in the way there as well. Great cover. Come on, Lingard, get across there, cover him. Away by Ashley Young.
Good
up
play.
In the air though.
Good play.
Yeah, well done, Ashley. Get up. Adam Wynn needs 2-0 for £100.
I just need England to win.
Yep.
For 200 quid. Chrissy Princess surprise performance. Nah, me and Marcus both went 2-0. Not a surprise to us. And actually, I just want to bring in here the... let's have a quick look at the stats. You can download SofaScore, link in the video description. Really good app. But I want to look at the statistics in this game. So, even now, even though Sweden are pushing, 59% possession England, 41% Sweden. Look at that. Total shots, 11 to Sweden's 5. Shots on target, Sweden have actually had 3. We've only had 2. Shots off target, 4 to their 1. But let's have a look at the passes. 443 to 318. That's annihilation. Yeah. Accurate passes, 81% to 73%. So, yeah, really interesting the way that's panned out. But let's have a look at the lineups, because best 2 players on the pitch at the moment. Who would you say is England's best player on the pitch, Marcus?
At the moment, I reckon Maguire and Henderson.
I think you're right. Maguire's at 7.8.
I think Henderson has played out of his skin this game.
Yeah, Maguire 7.8. Grongfist for Sweden 7.2. Who, to be fair, throughout this tournament has been... I don't like to see that, because they always show the nice Swedish girls. I don't like to see them looking sad, but I do in a way. But yeah, Harry Maguire is number 1. Let's have a look at
Rashford's warming up.
Rashford's warming up. But I just want to check Jesse Lingard's heat map. So he's had a lot more this time out on that right-hand side, which is obviously where that goal came from as well. But link in the video description. Make sure you download SofaScore if you're interested in your heat maps and your stats and all that. It's the app I use. Link is in the video description for that. Snap says that Pickford should be man of the match. Yeah, good point, actually. Let's have a look at...
he's pulled off 2 cracking saves, hasn't he?
Yeah. He is on 7.2, which is... It's always difficult for goalkeepers to get their score, isn't it? But compared to the Sweden goalkeeper, 6.1. But Dele Alli's on 7.1. I don't think he's had a great game.
Well, he ain't going to go no higher than there because he's gone off, hasn't he? Oh, Pickford's been taken out late there, look. Pickford, don't get involved. Keep him away, come on.
Well, that's it. We've had no yellow cards in this game either. We still don't know what game this referee refereed, but he's been very good.
Yeah, don't get involved, come on. Been the perfect game so far from an English point of view.
I feel like throwing that bottle. I'm turning into an English hooligan now. It's just I just tweeted it as well. England 2-0 up in a World Cup quarter-final and cruising. Wake me up. You know, this is just not England. This doesn't happen, and I'm never going to forget these moments. And the thing I love about football is I'm not a fair weather fan. I've loved football all my life, and there are people jumping on the bandwagon. I keep seeing it every morning. I know nothing about football, but it looks like we're going to win it. Shut up and go and do your sewing or whatever you normally do. You're not real. Who does Harry Kane play for? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Sod off. We don't want you lot. But
go on, Lingard. Go at him.
Oh, I thought he was going to score that.
I thought he was going to go to the left there.
But I'm just enjoying it because I always say this about United, like when we won the Europa League, when we won the Champions League. Enjoy these moments. And if you are English, all I'll keep saying is enjoy this moment because they're few and far between. 40 years I've nearly been on this planet and I've only seen one time England be in a World Cup semi-final. I'm now going to see 2. And I love football. Absolutely love football. And I fell out of love with my country for 10 years because of the way the FA managed it and the managers they appointed. And they've pulled me back in this summer. And I can only...
that was late.
I hope Trippier's alright here.
Oh.
We don't want to lose Trippier.
No, we don't.
That could be Metatarsus, that could.
I hope he gets up.
That's one thing we haven't had in this tournament: yellow cards or injuries affecting key players, because we don't want to lose him. He don't look good.
Eric Dyer's stripped and ready to come on. Hopefully, he just does a like for like swap. He doesn't go with the 2 CDMs.
Archie says this is the first semi-final of my lifetime. I tell you what, Archie, enjoy it, mate. Absolutely enjoy it, because I'll guarantee you, 10 years' time, you might be looking back on this going, I remember that. Because we might not do it.
Yeah.
It won't hit home, because life's like that. You don't... All these good Christmases or whatever whatever your religion is or whatever your background, wedding days, everything like that. On the actual day itself, it's good, but it's only when it's gone you realise it. So bloody enjoy this. If you are English, if you're Scottish, you're gonna have to just go in a cave for a few days till we get knocked out. But it is amazing. It is amazing.
Dyer coming on for Henderson, so it is like for like, which is a plus. I think,
I have had a few beers, and I'm going to be hitting the live. I'm going to stay live for a few minutes, and I'm sure Marcus will stay with me afterwards. But we'll take some of your comments afterwards, because this is big. It is big, and the great thing is this is exactly the score I predicted and Marcus predicted. I fancied this to happen today. I didn't go 4-0 because I've got too much respect for Sweden. I knew we wouldn't beat them 4-0, but I fancied us over a tough game to come out on top, and we've done it. Bio20 says, any Croatians in danger of missing the semi-final? I don't know what the yellow card situation is with them, but we'll have a look. We'll talk about that at 7 o'clock, because we're doing the watch-along for that. But yeah, it's this isn't England, and everyone's going. We're getting to that point now, Marcus, where people are going to go, you only beat Panama and Tunisia, Colombia on penalties, and Sweden in the quarter-final. Well, sit down. Bloody sit down, because I take that as a badge of honour, because we only beat Colombia on penalties. We're shit at penalties. Oh, we only beat Sweden in the quarter-final 2-0 convincingly. We're rubbish at doing that. So, if you want to judge us by Brazil standards or France or anything like that, or Germany, that's great. But for England, this is massive.
I think the Colombia game was a very good physicality test for the team, for England. They tried every dirty tactic in the book, and England prevailed on penalties, which is a massive thing. It's a massive thing for us. We've never won a penalty shootout. And, come on, Lingard's been took late there. But, let's hype the boys up. They're doing us proud. They're doing the country proud. Get behind them, man. Dream that we can win it. There's no dreaming never hurt anyone. So let's get behind them. No negativity. We're going to be sat here at 7 o'clock tonight thinking, okay, Croatia, Russia, play it out. Which one of you two want to face us? Because they know when they play that game, they know they're going to be in for a game in the semi-finals. Because the way England are playing, they're not going to drop out of here lightly at all. That was dangerous ball in. But
and winning it in normal time, 90-minute game, 2-0 win, get back home, get back to the hotel, let the hype build up a little bit, and Harry Maguire's just been booked there, but he's all right because it gets wiped off.
Right,
if you're in the semi-finals, it don't matter.
No, that's it. So, if you got to take a yellow card for the team, go for it. As long as you ain't on a yellow card already.
Yeah. It wasn't a yellow card anyway. He took the ball.
No, he got the ball. Yeah, he got the ball. I think it's more the fact that he's come in from behind, isn't it? I think. Yeah, he's got the ball.
It's a yellow card. I think he gets the ball as well.
Yeah. There's a Swedish bloke crying.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this last 8 minutes as long as Sweden don't score, because this doesn't happen. You don't get World Cup quarterfinals for England with 5 minutes to go and you're in the semi-final. This doesn't happen. This just doesn't happen.
I mean,
but it's
Eric
happening.
Dyer,
it's happening.
It is happening. Eric Dyer, since he's come on for Jordan Henderson, he's getting the fouls. I think that's what he's been told to do. Get a couple of fouls, slow the game down.
I tell you what, I've just got to jump in here. NCP Madhead says the Northern Ireland lot support England. Get your facts right. I was walking home from the shop with my kids this morning. We're talking about how Wales and Scotland don't really want England to win. And they said, does anyone from the UK want them to win? And I said, actually, Northern Ireland, not all of it, but a lot of Northern Ireland will want England to win. Scottish and Welsh don't want us to win. I've got no problem with that. There'll be some people who do. It's called rivalry, but yeah, I don't put Northern Ireland in that. Well, maybe half of you, but some of you do, supporters. But I don't really care if you want us to win or not, because
Sterling's away from
that's
Lindelof,
what football's all about.
Oh, come on! Oh,
I want 2-0 now, Marcus, because then we look really clever.
Yeah. We come across as smart, don't we?
I do think it had 2-0 written all over it for me, though. It really did.
I didn't, to be honest. Oh, no, actually, I'm not going to say it until it's over. Don't want to jinx them. But headed away there by Walker. So we're on the coming up.
Richard's
to the
Scottish and he wants England to win.
Yes,
good.
Come on.
I wanted Wales to win in the Euros. I supported Republic of Ireland in '94.
Yeah.
I always want the home nations to do well. I'm not like that.
No, that's exactly what I'm like, mate. Country first, and then.
Oh, he's given a free kick.
Oh, what?
No way. That's soft. That is.
That is, yeah. So 89th minute.
No.
Never a free kick.
No, it's not a free kick. That is soft. It's not a foul, says Cato and Fabino, apologist. Archie says Maguire FFS. I don't think he did anything wrong there. It's a man's game.
I think even your daughter said it's not a free kick, didn't she?
Oh, can you hear her? Yeah. It's worse than me. Goal for Sweden now, I fear, says Baron Death. Pickford to save. It's not even a bloody foul. It's not a foul.
It's not a foul. I can't imagine there being much stoppage time on here. There's not been.
They've not been in this game. They've not been in this game. Somebody just said it. Yeah. Lindelof's not even on the free kick. It's Larson and somebody else. Ashley Young's just gone back to the post here. Yeah. Over the bar.
Well over.
It's done.
Poor free
Book Thursday
really.
Off work. Wednesday night.
What was it?
Who would you prefer, Russia or Croatia?
Do you know what? I'd want Croatia, to be honest.
I'm not bothered. I'm not going to be arrogant about this, because I'm going to keep saying.
Right, Rashford's on for Kane. No, Sterling. I'm
going to keep saying this. A World Cup semi-final is not to be assumed. It is a fantastic thing to achieve, and a World Cup final. I've never witnessed it. Of course, I'd love it, but I've never witnessed it. But a World Cup semi-final is an amazing thing, and I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I think when you get to a semi-final as well, I mean, it's all right. Oh, Jesus, there's 5 minutes. Where's that come from?
Give them 10. I ain't bothered.
Yeah. But I think, when you're at the semi-final stage, I'd like to see England against Croatia. I think that would be a good game, but I don't think you can really be picky and choosy, can you, about who it is? It's all depends how you turn up on the day and who wants it the most. What's that, offside? Yeah.
I've loved this. This is one of the best games I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I've watched lots of things. I've seen Manchester United win from losing a Champions League final in '99. I've seen us win it on penalties in '08. But sometimes watching a team win a game comfortably in the latter stages of a major tournament, I mean, this is what the Germans must feel like, because we don't do it.
Yeah.
This is like, you know, of course, I agree, entertaining football is, you know, Colombia on Tuesday night was amazingly emotional, wasn't it? But I'll take this every day of the week, because this is, definitely. You know, people are always going to say, oh, well, it was a penalty shootout, which from England is massive to win a penalty shootout. But there's something far more satisfying, and we said this before kickoff, to win a game convincingly is what England needed to do in this tournament to shut the haters down, really.
Yeah,
Sweden
definitely
knocked Italy out before this World Cup had even happened in the playoff last November. They knocked Italy out. They basically nearly beat Germany. They certainly roughed them up. They annihilated Mexico. They deserved to beat Switzerland. They finished top of their group with Germany and Mexico in it. And they played England today. And what have they done? Pickford's made a couple of saves, but England, to me, have been in fourth gear.
I think apart from that, what was it, probably about 10, 15 minutes where Pickford had the couple of saves he had to do. Apart from that, I think it's been pretty straightforward for England. Very comfortable, very confident on the ball. Scored in open play, scored from a set piece again. And, comfortable performance. I mean, that was a bit late going through the back of him, but okay. But, it's they've not really, apart from them 2 chances, they've not really troubled us at all. And
just in case anybody does want to have a go at England, let's have a look at the SofaScore app for the sort of statistics. 60% possession against 40%. Well, that shows you who's been the better team on the ball. Total shots 12-6, so we've had double. They've had more shots on target. We've only had 2. But look at the passes. Nearly 500 passes to their 350. 80% possession. And we've been and this is in fourth gear as well. I mean, Sweden have had to push it in the last 20 minutes, and we've been in fourth gear. It's total and utter domination from England, really. Lingard is now man of the match, which is interesting, yeah. But this is interesting. This is the thing I like about the SofaScore app. For every game that you watch, is this graph here, and you might think, what's that all about? The blue bits, when it's hitting the edge, is high pressure. When it's normal, that's low pressure. So look at Sweden. Yeah, they've had a couple of spikes in this second half, but look at England. Masses of pressure when they scored in the first half. Masses of pressure. England that shows you. Those graphs, the way they're hitting down is when we've had high pressure. Sweden have had sporadic little peaks. England have had sustained peaks 3 times, and they're 2-0 up. So, but interesting how Lingard's become man of the match, Marcus. I mean, let's have a look at the lineup. So he's on 7.7. Maguire's on 7.6. Maybe Stones has done well. Yeah. But that's interesting about Lingard. You can download the SofaScore app. Link in the video description. Fantastic app for your heat maps and all that stuff we were just talking about there. Really, really good. But it's gone! It's over! We're in the World Cup semi-final. Have some of that.
Fantastic from the boys. Fantastic.
I'll drink to that. Absolutely. We'll drink. To Southgate, they'll go.
Oh, what a performance. That was a fantastic team performance there from the boys. Absolutely immense.
World Cup semi-final, baby.
So
it's coming home, says 300. I tell you what.
It's coming.
I've never experienced that in my life. I mean, if you watch the Colombia game on Tuesday, we were on the edge of our seats, penalty shootouts. You can't beat that emotion. But that is a World Cup quarter-final. 2-0, job done, sit down. No one can have a go. No England haters can say, oh, you were lucky. Oh, the referee favoured you. That is quarter-final, playing a good team. 2-0, bang, bish, bash, bosh, sit down. Efficient, World Cup semi-final, 90 minutes. Get out.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't think, if anyone had, if anyone can think of any negative in the performance, I think really you could only turn around and say it was Sterling.
Well, Patrick says we've had a lucky draw.
No, I don't think it's been lucky. I mean, the teams we come across, Colombia, well organised. Yeah, they put up a fight. Colombia, they tried everything they could. We got through. Sweden, they pride themselves defensively. They're very well organised. They keep their shape well. They had no answer.
I tell you what, though, looking at the pictures, I just want to say, you deserve to lose, but I've got a lot of respect for Sweden. I've always liked Sweden. I do like Sweden, and I'm not. You didn't deserve to win. You didn't, but fair play. It was a good game, but I feel sorry. I do feel sorry. The Colombia, I felt nothing. I thought the way they behaved was badly, but Sweden, they had a game plan. They tried it out. It didn't work. The best team won. England won, and as I said, World Cup semi-final. Wow, absolute wow. This is the second time in my life. Football's me. Football has been my life, all of my life, and World Cup semi-final for my country, only the second time. It might be the first time for some of you lot. Embrace it, enjoy it, and I'll tell you what.
Fantastic achievement.
Yeah. Some people will be like, oh, that wasn't as dramatic as Colombia. Sit down. Really do. Sit down. That's what Germany do for years and years and years. Efficient. There we go. World Cup semi-final. Save the drama for the final. Save the drama for the semi-final. We're in a World Cup semi-final. That's bloody huge. Absolutely huge. And, just absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I mean, fair play to Sweden. They try to put up a fight, but I just think England's quality all over the pitch, it was just too much for them. It showed, the difference in class between the two teams. All our players are Premier League, like you said. There's no Premier League in Sweden. Someone in the comments said that none of the Swedish players play in Sweden. So
and that looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
32 teams in the World Cup, and the last 4's got England in it. You can talk about draws, you can talk about this, that, and the other, but don't come to me and tell me that Brazil looked convincing. They're at home. Don't tell me Germany looked convincing. They're at home. Don't tell me Spain were convincing. They're at home. Don't tell me France looked dominant. They don't. Don't tell me Belgium have been brilliant in this tournament. They haven't. This World Cup's there to be won, and England have hung about. We were talking about this in the first half, Marcus. This World Cup is about hanging in there. It's like a boxing match, really. Just keep doing enough. Hang about. Penalties against Colombia. It's just keep your guard up and keep throwing the punches and see if you can make it through a round. Tonight, this afternoon, just go for it. And entertainment or not, absolutely amazing. Rashford's crying there.
Yeah, he's in tears. He can't believe it. It's like you said there. Like, it's almost as if if you outstay your welcome in this tournament, you've got a hell of a chance. No one expected us. I mean, quite a few people said we was going to get dumped out at the group stage, didn't they? Before a ball had even been kicked, as soon as the draw had been made, a lot of people were saying, the Belgium game will be the decider for if England goes through it or not. But we proved it wrong. We were already through. We come through the group, we come past Colombia, we come past Sweden, and they're good footballing nations. Them two, Colombia and Sweden, they are good footballing nations, organised. That they've got bags of energy, but the difference in class is shown.
It's only really, to be honest, it's only really hitting me now what we've just achieved there, because we could have just played extra time penalties, won it on penalties, and we'd be all on absolutely correct. We'd be on cloud 9. Yeah. But England have just gone through a 90-minute game, won it convincingly well, and it's the same. It's exactly the same. And football's weird like that, because, like I say, if you win that game in extra time or penalties, we're all bloody stripping off naked if you're an England fan, and you're running down the road forever. You're Forrest Gump. You're sprinting because of the dramatic edge to it. But because we've just done it efficiently, and we're not used to that, we're like, what? We're in a World Cup final, but it's hitting me now. Watching Rashford crying on the pitch there, World Cup semi-final. If you are in your teens or early 20s, you don't appreciate it. You might not understand it. This is bloody huge. It's absolutely huge. And we've got 3 or 4 days now and a Saturday night to get wankered. And it's great. It's absolutely great because, whoever we're playing on Wednesday night, we're playing a World Cup semi-final. Absolutely massive. Right? Absolutely massive.
I mean, it just, you say it and it's like a sentence I never thought I'd end up saying in my lifetime.
Not this one, anyway.
Yeah, going back, to the golden generation of the England team, when that sort of like fell apart and they never did anything major, I thought to myself, the expectancy is low. You're never going to see a group of players like that come through again. That was their chance. That was the country's chance. But these boys, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. There's no pressure on them. They're free to go out and play. And I think that's a major key factor for these group of lads. There's a fantastic team spirit, fantastic work ethic Gareth implemented there. The training sessions, they look like they're having fun. It's amazing. It's an amazing feat. It really is.
Christian Medina says, lucky draw, brilliant for navigating the group that way. Well, actually, he says lucky draw, question mark, so he's questioning that. And he says, brilliant for navigating the group that way to get that draw. Cheers, Mark. Mexico is with you lot. I tell you what, I'm with Mexico still because I'm drinking Corona. I love Mexico. So Mexico, I'm with you as well. But it's interesting, isn't it? However you look at it, navigating the draw or not, Belgium are in the semi-final, England are in the semi-final. So navigating the draw or not, would England have beaten Japan? Yeah. Could England have beaten Brazil? Yeah. I'm not having that. I'm not having the lucky side of the draw.
No,
I think that's the tougher side of the draw, but England could have beaten Japan. I think Japan weren't as good as Colombia, to be fair. Are Sweden as good as Brazil? Maybe not, but it's not a massive gap. Could England have beaten Brazil? Yes. I don't see the difference. Is Croatia as good as France if Croatia get through? Yes. So I think there's a snobbery about these sides of the draw. I think it's because one side of the draw has got the traditional heavyweights in it, whereas this side of the draw has got the less traditional heavyweights in it. To me, Croatia, if they turn up tonight at 7 o'clock, they've had one bad game against Denmark. I think Croatia have arguably been the best team in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I think the way they play football is very good. The way they play, they actually look as though they go out and play football. You know what I mean? They're not like Brazil where they're rolling all around the floor and looking for the cheap free kicks and that. They actually go out there, get on with the game, play the game, and if it's to be, it's to be. But I mean, I don't get this easier side of the draw. I mean, yeah, all right, you could say this side of it favours, obviously against the Brazils and the France and that. But I think when you hit the knockout stages, I don't think there's no such thing as an easy team.
I tell you what, though, I have just changed my mind. I want Russia in the semi-final now. Yeah, I mean, Croatia, just because it's easier.
I'm going to change my mind, mate. I don't really give a toss. I'm just going to enjoy the moment, and I'm going to sit there at 7 o'clock, and I
don't know how I'm going to do that.
What's going to happen is going to happen, but yeah, it's going to be fantastic. We can sit back now and think, okay, which one of you two want to come and play us? Instead of thinking, we got to win this game to play such and such. So it's a nice feeling. Let's enjoy it. Let's all get absolutely slaughtered on whatever anyone's drinking, and let's have a fantastic night and evening.
Well, Gary Wells just said that Croatia actually haven't played anybody any good yet, which I think if England play Croatia, let's presume that Croatia win because there's no guarantee with that. But if England do play Croatia in the World Cup semi-final, then it's going to be a real shot in the dark for both teams as to who is good, right? And if England lose and go out, then England weren't good enough. No, it's as simple as that, isn't it? And you go out, and we've had a great ride. But if England beat them, then we're like, oh my God, we're in a World Cup final. To me, I think, as I said at the start, I don't think a lot of people are actually understanding that all the GIFs, all the little videos that people are doing for It's Coming Home, it's massively just based on the fact that people are like, wow, all those years we've gone on about England winning the World Cup, and the Sun, before every World Cup in the golden generation, has said we're going to win the World Cup, and we haven't won a World Cup. And then we go into a tournament where expectations low, and we get to a World Cup semi-final. I think the reason people are doing It's Coming Home in that is that, yeah, of course we can win it, but actually a lot of it is about tongue-in-cheek sort of having a laugh, isn't it? And that's it. I don't think anyone's going to melt down if we get knocked out in the World Cup semi-final. We'll be disappointed, but I don't think anyone's going to go absolutely mad about it at all, because that's just
that's the thing. I mean, that a lot of people would say that the team's overachieved already. Just getting to the round 16. So a lot of English fans would have thought, they've overachieved. Whatever happens now is a bonus. But there are a few people. I mean, I'm one of them that actually believe that this team can go and not only do something special and break the records in this tournament, but to actually win the thing. I think they can prove a lot of people wrong. This team is, like I say, they started in the lower leagues. They know what it takes, the hard graft, the hard work. There's a lot of Champions League experience in this team as well. There's Premier League winners in the side, so it's it's quite an experienced side, not really experienced in international football, the starting 11, but they've got experience of playing football at a high standard, and that is so important. I think it's a very underrated thing for me.
Well, I'm not taking this top off on Wednesday. I'm not washing it. We're still in a World Cup. The weather in the UK is stunning at the moment. I've never known... there's a lot of things happening at the moment that have never happened in my lifetime. I've never known a summer like this where we've had day-to-day bloody Mallorca weather, basically. It's like 26 degrees every day, and it's been like it for 2 weeks, and it's going to be like it for another 2 weeks. I've never known that. I've never known England do what they've just done in the knockout stages, win a penalty shootout, and then in a World Cup quarter-final, be comfortable and cruise. If we've hit our ceiling, we've hit our ceiling. If we go out in the semi-final, we go out in the semi-final. But I've never seen England in a World Cup final, and of course, I massively want us to do it. But offer me a World Cup semi-final, I'll bite your hand off. So that says it all to me. It's not you can hate England, you can laugh when we get knocked out, but I'll be disappointed. But actually, when the dust settles, I'll just go, what a journey. I think this has been, we've done every World Cup watch-along on here. Not, England games have been a small minority. We've done every single World Cup game, and we've consistently said, is this the best World Cup ever? And I think it probably, arguably is. And that's nothing to do with England. They're adding to it. They're the cherry on the top of the cake. So if England can be like in the semi-final of the best World Cup ever, that says a lot.
It is, yeah. I mean, it shows how far the team has come. It shows how much hard work and the mentality that Southgate has instilled in the team. So I think a lot of credit has got to go to Southgate. Not just for the way that they're playing, but the attitude that they're playing with. They're playing with like an attitude where we can't be beaten. We're so confident, and that's a fantastic attitude to take in there. So
it's brilliant. It is brilliant.
Fair play to them.
We're not senior citizens. We're not getting our bus pass yet, but in footballing terms, we would have been retired. We're into our 30s. We're still in our 30s. Some of us. I am still in my 30s, and I love the fan community. It doesn't matter whether you want England to lose or not. It doesn't matter whether you're a Manchester United fan or not. I only ever do this stuff because fans are important to me. I think fans' voices are important, and all I'll say is that if you are an England fan, embrace this, enjoy it. Don't be scared to absolutely go crazy tonight and love it, because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like this. And as I say, grasping the moment's sometimes difficult in the human psyche, but grasp the moment. Really do it. England in a World Cup semi-final. Some of us are just still shocked that we won a penalty shootout, and a few days later we've just won 2-0, and we'll probably be still thinking, how did we beat Colombia? Because that's just happened. Routine 2-0 win. So it is amazing. Matthew McFadden wants a Skype show to get going. I'd love to do a Skype show, Matthew. I'm too far gone to do a Skype show, so that's not going to happen. But we are going to do the 7 o'clock game, which is in 2 hours. So the stream's already set up for that. So 7 o'clock tonight, Croatia versus Russia. If you're an England fan, you can just sit back, enjoy the ride, and see who we're going to play in the semi-final, which is a great position to be in, Marcus.
It is. It's a fantastic position. Like I say, these boys, they can sit there comfortably tonight and think to themselves, okay, who wants to come and face us, instead of being, all the doom and gloom, going back home and getting ready to come back. I mean, Southgate said the other day that he wasn't ready to leave yet, and fair play to him. He's instilled a confidence in this team. He's not the greatest manager. When he was first employed to take over, everyone thought, oh yeah, just because he's a yes man and whatnot. But he's put his own stamp on this team. He's not afraid to drop the big players. He's got them working as a team. He's got them working for each other, and that's something we've missed for so many years.
Big thing for England as well is that they will play in the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow on Wednesday, which is the capital of Russia. You'll think there'll be a massive amount of England fans coming in. It's not like today's game was a bit out of the way. Moscow, lots of flights. Moscow for the semi-final. Luzhniki Stadium, where the finals played? Luzhniki Stadium as well. So the English now, maybe there wasn't loads of us here for this semi-final, but they'll flock over for a World Cup semi-final. They'll flock over for a final. So it's just suddenly got very, very serious for England, and amazing. Absolutely. I'm, there's an aspect of me that even with, how many bottles have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not finished it yet. 5 bottles of beer on the wall. 5 bottles of beer. No, but you know what I mean. It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
We'll be there. We'll be here on Wednesday night for another watch along, and enjoy. I'm going to be back in 2 hours for the bloody Russia-Croatia game. I'm glad I've got Xander leading it, because there's no way I could. But I'll carry on. I'll keep enjoying it, and I just think, Marcus, in closing, it's a great situation, because we're not used to winning big games like that. But actually, there's no injustice. There's no bad referee. There's no opposition saying, "Oh, we were robbed." Actually, we just turned up and won 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing, one of the best things to come out of that game was the performance of the referee.
I loved that referee before. I wish somebody would tell me what referee, why I like him. I've spotted him in this World Cup, and as soon as I saw him, I was like, he's a good referee.
Yeah, he's very strong. He wasn't afraid to give the big decisions, even though, there was a couple outside of the box that Sweden benefited from. But, thankfully, it was a referee that stood up, and I didn't see any of the players crowded around the ref, like demanding cards or anything like that. It was a fair game. It was an actual game of football that was played in a decent manner. And I think that's what we all want at the end of the day. Just if England got beat, at least we would have got beat fair and square. If England win, we won fair and square, and that's what's happened today. I think fantastic.
And you know what? Sometimes I get it right, and Marcus gets it right, and we both said 2-0 before the start of the game, and I've doubled my money on a bet. And I'm feeling smug, but. The thing is, I've been saying 2-0 all week. I fancied 2-0, and England are always very hard to predict, so I'm very happy with that. But smooth.
Enjoy the moment, everyone, in the comments or around the country, around the world. If you're supporting England, enjoy it. Enjoy the moment, and let's look forward to Wednesday, and hopefully it's another great night.
Yeah, well, we'll look forward to that. We will be live again at 7 o'clock for Croatia versus Russia. I will be there with Xander because I want to see who we're going to play. It's a bit of a scouting mission. And if you're interested in the United stand, that'll be live at 9 o'clock as per usual. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks, Marcus, for joining us.
Not a problem, mate. Thank you for letting me come on and share it with you. And everyone in the comments, fantastic day. Fantastic.
And we'll be back on Wednesday. Well, no, we'll be back at 7 o'clock, but we'll be back for the England game on Wednesday. Belgium, France on Tuesday as well. What a World Cup. What a World Cup. And thanks, everyone, for watching. See you all at 7 o'clock. If you're going to join me on the United stand, I'll be live at 9 o'clock. And it was never in doubt. It was never in doubt. Speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching.